He absolutely tore the competition apart yesterday, taking top spot from Grafton, New South Wales. Give it up, Chris Owen.
Alrighty, it's now time, Dan, for our top 8 athletes from last year's championships. And of course, the man with the majestic mullet we heard today, it's not just a haircut, it's a lifestyle. Make some noise from Sheffield, Tasmania, Cody Steers.
It was his 54th birthday yesterday. Can you believe it? Doesn't look a day over 53. The legend himself from Deloraine, Tasmania, Matty Gurr. Springboard specialist, this man.
All right, next up, let's make some noise for Queensland's very own in the pro from Blackbuck, Queensland. He's got half the town here supporting him today, Mitch Argent.
Now, before we get the next 5 athletes up on stage, eyes up on the big screen, ladies and gents, we are going to run a very exciting video.
Athletes ready?
Stand to your timber.
This, of course, is the Chopperoos
All right, here we
record.
go. This is going to determine who's going on to the final against the United States of America. Will it be Australia or Canada?
Australia going
Canada
up against
gets
Canada,
a
of
slight
course.
advantage going to the underhand chop, but we got Braden Meyer, who is absolutely
Braden Meyer,
spectacular in this discipline. Canada steps off, and Braden gets through in
Team
no
event,
time
as you can
flat.
see, it's a
Canada still
relay.
struggling to get through on that. On 2. Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at the go. The big bustling
Glenn Gillum already
Victorian.
on the standing block.
Glenn
Sterling,
Gillum just
he
goes
wants it.
wacky,
Glenn
whack,
Gillum
whack.
moving to the other side. Sterling taking a slightly less.
There it is.
Oh
That is
my
how it's done. That
goodness.
is a world record
Oh
for
my
Australia.
goodness. It's unofficial, but it looks like we have a new world record.
Alrighty, so to keep going with that flavour down.
That is an
first up,
amazing
he's one of the
time
first
by
Chopperoos
Australia.
Before we
from
walked out, we just said let's do it properly
Queensland,
and just make sure we
Please
get into
make
that
some
final.
noise, ladies and gentlemen,
We
for
all had a
Jamie
job to do.
Head.
We've done it there, but there's one more to go, so
The
hopefully we
Saw
can do it.
Doctor. The man with the massive axe up next. It's Glenn Gillum.
What a song to come up to, Glenn. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're firing things up now. Next up, he's won more STIHL Timbersports titles than anyone else from Lithgow, New South Wales, Mr. Brad DeLosa.
They call him the Woodpecker. He hits the block faster than anyone else in the world from Broadford, Victoria, Braden Meyer.
Obviously, I'm very biased being a Victorian myself. Can't the Vics. Alrighty. Okay, for our next one, we're going to have a bit of a video so you can see what this man is all about. He is the man to beat, so check out the screens to see who the man to beat for today is going to be.
Lawrence O'Toole's dominance of STIHL Timbersports over the past 12 months has been both local and international. He won the 2018 Australian Championships on the Gold Coast.
Lawrence O'Toole is your new Australian champion.
And then the 2018 individual world title in Liverpool.
587. Lawrence O'Toole has done it.
He backed it up with the 2018 team world title.
And we have a new world champion team.
Earlier this year in Geelong, he took the Australian Champions Trophy with a convincing win.
It's Lawrence O'Toole!
Now, Lawrence is in the hot seat with a target on his back and everyone gunning for him. If he wins this year's Australian Championship, he will back up the title and go to defend his individual world title in Prague. He is the man to beat.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please make some noise from Doncaster, Victoria, Lawrence O'Toole!
Your reigning world champion. Oh, I'm excited, guys.
Yeah, I lost where I was. Alrighty, Lee, we're going to throw to our tournament director to run you through the format of today. Over to you, please, Lee Gooch.
Thank you very much. We're going to get a graphic up on screen now just to explain how things are going to work. So these 12 guys, they are going to compete in 3 disciplines to start off with in round 1. From that, first place will get 12 points. 12th place will get 1 point and 1 point increments between them. After those 3 disciplines, we will lose the bottom 4 athletes and we go into the single buck and the springboard. The point difference is double, so it's worth 16 points for first and 2 points for last. And then we lose another 2 athletes and then we go into the hot saw. The man with the most points at the end of the day, those 6, they'll be shooting it out for the Australian Championships.
Alrighty, so that is it, done and run. Ladies and gentlemen, let it go. Okay, so we'll be showing you the leaderboard throughout the competition, but if you do want to follow on your mobile device, it is data.stihltimbersports.com.au for the live updates. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, it's time to timber! Alright, we're going to get our first athletes underway on stand 2. We've got Brody Dingle. Stand 1, Dale Beams.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they both get to the wood first. Nice, strong, sharp strokes. Both veterans of the sport. They know exactly how to handle themselves on the log of wood. It's Dingle that turns first. Nice technique. Beams just behind him. He's going to look to put in a really big score here. Of course, get the points. And looking to get the drivers. Who's going to take it first? It looks like Dingle might have it, and he does.
Oh, Brody
nice
Dingle
work.
takes it
Just
out.
behind him, Beams.
Tight.
Dang.
Very tight.
Very fast.
So we're looking at Brody Dingle just sub 20 there, the unofficial time, which will be a personal best if it is a good cut of 19.94. Dale Beams, 21.48, just outside there. PB for Brody would be a very nice way to start the day. That time will come in as well. Let's see if the cuts are good. It's over to our match officials.
Both cuts were good.
There it is. Round of
Alrighty.
applause. Brody Dingle with a PB there, guys.
Alrighty, Broads, I'll grab you there. Mate, it's good to see you again. Nice first shot and a PB.
Yeah, mate, it's definitely good to be back. I love this format, and yeah, I've got some time to put into it this year, so really looking forward to see how we go.
How many hours are you driving to get here today?
About 6 hours we travelled to come down. It's a bit worrying we're Queenslanders. We've nearly travelled just about the furthest.
Where do you live, mate?
Oh, mate, it's a killer. Eidsvold.
You sure you live in Australia?
Yeah.
Fantastic, mate. It's really good to have you back. Ladies and gentlemen, Brody Dingle, everybody.
Brody Dingle there, PB. That time has come in to quite a smidge under 20 there. 19.73. Dale Beams' time has come in. 20.80, that is, sorry. 20.80. Next
Alright.
heat coming through here. We're going to see the youngster Dan Gurr
Who we
take
got
on
coming
Chris
up
Owens. Dan Gurr, of course, son of Matt Gurr. He's competing against father v son. Love to see a bit of that.
Alrighty, so we're obviously looking at the format we've got coming up. Alright, let's get the next boys on stage and fire things up. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Dan Gurr and Chris Owen.
Right way, Chris. Video ready? Timing. They're all good.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's Gurr on 1, Owen on 2. A big chunk of wood flew out from Owen's that you probably can't see in the crowd. You're going to see how interesting that is in terms of affecting his stroke. It's Owen that turns first with a nice circular motion, as we've come to speak about in the STIHL Timbersports. Gurr making a bit of a comeback here. Drivers looking to be put in place. Who is going to get it first? It looks like Owen's going to take it out, but it's going to come down to the wire. Oh! Dan Gurr has come from nowhere and just gone bang! Very interesting. He's obviously put a little bit more work in the front side there, and that obviously has paid dividends when it has come to putting in the drivers down.
Half a second, guys. Look at that. That's what we love about STIHL Timbersports. You can really gather your momentum, find your feet, mid-cut, and power home.
Okay, we'll get the athletes to the front of the stage to give it over to the judges.
Both cuts were good.
Alrighty, nice work there. Have a chat with young Gary there. Come in the middle here, mate. Mate, now, nice work there. Interesting, probably for a lot of people that have watching maybe for the first time, they may have thought you were actually behind by obviously putting a few more cuts in the front, but that was obviously just your tactic.
Yeah, I had the room in the front to go a bit further past halfway, so I made use of that, and yeah, it always makes them come off easier in the back.
How was the wood?
Yeah, it was pretty soft, and you know, I'm pretty happy with that cut. I really need to perform well in these shopping events. Hopefully I can get a few points over these guys and maybe make it through the next round.
Fantastic, mate. Congratulations. Always a pleasure to see you. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Tasmania's finest.
Yeah, as Dan mentioned there, you know, he's got to pick up some good points in these chopping disciplines, because when he to get through that next round where his expertise is on the springboard, he's got to be in that top 8. There's definitely one person below him at the moment.
What a huge crowd in today. It's fantastic to see Gold Coast coming out. We do, of course, call it the unofficial home of STIHL Timbersports in terms of the shows. It's always a great turnout here, Dan and Lee.
Yeah, give yourselves a round of applause, ladies and gents. You've got to be happy with your decision today, don't you? We're going to see some unreal competition unfold right in front of our very eyes. Third heat coming up now with the underhand chop. Personal best there for Daniel Gurr. We just saw as well, guys. A couple PBs have fallen. Brody Dingle just before.
Absolutely. So, as you sort of touched on, 1973 for Brody Dingle has made a statement early. He's been away from the sport for a year, Lee. So it's good to see him back. Good to see he's put some work in, and the results are showing.
Yeah, he's one of the big personalities of the tour when we travelled around to six locations each year, and it was a shame to lose him. But he's looking like he's going to make a good attempt here on getting back into that top 8 and into that top 6, and maybe even in the Chopperoos team.
Okay, fantastic stuff. All right, looks like we're ready to welcome our next lot of competitors. So heat number 3, please make some noise from Tasmania, Matt Gurr, and from Queensland's very own, Jimmy Head.
Yep. Yeah, no, it's not, it was a power board that's fucked. Oh, yeah, smart. Brilliant.
Rubbish down there.
Oh, no, we're still eating. Sorry.
Do some after the underhand, then you can get away. Yeah.
Alrighty, so it's going to be Matt Gurr on stand 1 with a PB of 26.15. So just looking at the first 4 times here, he's going to need to post a PB to be in the hunt. And then, of course, Jimmy Head, 18.45.
Action-packed day here, guys. 6 events in the men's championship. Stock saw, standing block chop, single buck springboard, and of course the hot saw to round out the day.
Look out, and as we know, it always seems to come down to the hot saw, so it's going to be interesting to see where the guys are placed. Lee has run you through the format, which is a bit of a new format in the STIHL Timbersports series. I can only just say from looking at it, I like the format. I like the idea of obviously the guys that in the hunt, just obviously competing.
Yeah, this format's been running on the world stage or the World Championships for the last 3 years now. Very exciting format. When you're losing a few athletes, the points are going up and up. Anyone can win it from any stage. But one thing's for sure, when you've done a count back against this format or the previous format, it's always been the best man on the day that's won. But this is certainly a lot more exciting.
Alrighty, we're going to hand it over to Neil Richardson, our judge, for this heat number 3 in the Underhand shop.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they both get to the wood first. Nice strokes. Probably Jimmy Head with a faster axe speed. We're going to look to see how many cuts he puts in at the front before flipping over. So it's Head that turns first, but closely behind with Gurr.
Very impressive about Jamie Head. He gets that axe out quickly from the wood. He doesn't get stuck very often. He pushes it in, he pulls it out, and he splits the log. Matt Gurr coming home now. There he is.
24-18. So that is a PB for Matt Gurr as well. Give him a round of applause. PB for Matt Gurr.
Outstanding stuff. Be happy with that. His boy Dan Gurr put up a PB as well.
So that, of course, is an unofficial time, 20.05. So we'll wait to see what the official time is coming through.
That'll be the third PB for the men today, guys, in the first discipline. Soft wood, we like that.
All right, over to Steve Lorenz for the official decision.
Both cuts were good.
All righty, nice start by both the boys.
Good wood.
I'll grab Jimmy Head for a quick chat. Jimmy, nice start there, mate. How many hits did you put in the front there before flipping over?
Yeah, I went 10 below front. I was hoping it was going to be a bit bigger than that, but I actually hit a knot down in there and it sort of pulled up on my drive, so had to make extra sure of it in the back. Only cost me one hit, so...
Well, it's good to see 20.05 unofficial. I feel like that's going to come down to a sub-20 time. Nice start for you for the day.
Yeah, hopefully it comes down a little bit. It's not too bad. Like I said, I'd like to have been just that one hit quicker. Would have made a lot of difference, but it's pretty good.
So I can hear in my head 19.90. So congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Head, fantastic time of the day.
Scooching in under the 20-second mark, gets him into second place. Both the Gurrs, good to see, with personal bests as well. Dan and Matt, his father. It's been a bit of team training, maybe.
Absolutely.
Chopping the water over winter.
Not too far off his best as well. So only about a second and a half off his best.
This is going to be big up next. The heat number 4, guys.
So the exciting thing with this one is Brad and Mitch Argent, their PBs are pretty much just like basically a second apart. So 18.51 for Brad DeLosa, 17.42. So if Brad chops anywhere near his PB, he's going to be looking good. If Mitch chops anywhere near his PB, he'll be taking the chocolates for it so far.
He'll be looking better.
All right, let's get him up on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. It's another State of Origin clash from New South Wales, Brad DeLosa, and from Queensland, Mitch Argent. Now, Dan, these State of Origin clashes, they just give a little bit more extra fire, I think, for people watching here and at home.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, make some noise in the crowd if you're from Queensland.
All right.
How about if you're from south of the Tweed? Who's from New South Wales? Oh, pretty even, actually.
We look to switch Mitch's top out to a green because we have Brody coming back in the series. And Mitch said, no, I'm wearing the maroon. I'm up there in the Queensland colours. So
we love that.
Yeah.
Bit of state pride.
And he was holding the axe at the time. So the judges and tournament director decided to go with his request. All right, looks like we're ready to go. We're going to hand it over to Neil Richardson for this heat number 4.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's DeLosa that gets to the wood first. Mitch with probably a slightly faster swinging technique, but they really are going swing for swing, blow for blow. They literally turn together, Dan.
Unbelievable. They are just mirroring each other. They're about to power through. Here come the drivers. Oh! Brad DeLosa has just clinched that there. He's going to be a very happy man. That's going to be a PB for him.
Ladies and gentlemen, give him a big round of applause. Brad DeLosa's just made a PB as well.
Very
Mitch
good
Argent.
times.
Yes, very good there. That's going to put them both at number 1 and number 2, Lee. And as we said, Brad, this is a good cut. It's the 4th personal best of the day already in the first event.
Yeah, you got to have Mitch down.
Over the judges.
Both cuts were good.
Alrighty, there it is. We'll grab Brad for a quick chat there. Brad, fantastic cut. You probably obviously couldn't see because you were cutting your wood, but you guys literally were going stroke for stroke. You both turned together and hit obviously on the backside exactly together. So it was anyone's game, but you just got the chocolates.
Yeah, no, I was pretty lucky to, Mitch is a great competitor, so to come out on top there, I was pretty happy. It's a very strong chopping field. Some really good choppers to come, but yeah, great to get the quickest time so far.
And it's a PB for you as well. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Brad DeLosa. 17.32. So, alrighty, it's heating up here. These times are going to keep chopping down. PBs are falling, which is very exciting to see. We're going to have our next heat coming up very, very soon. So, PB, as you said, we just discussed then for Brad DeLosa. Mitch Argent, just a little bit off his PB, but still a very good time. 18.21 is the time for Mitch Argent. So, they are the 2 fastest times of the day. Will they hold up in the next 2 heats? We'll have to wait and find out. It's going to be close. All right, we're going to get our 2 athletes onto stage. Can we please give a big round of applause from Tasmania, Cody Steers, and our reigning champion. Make some noise from Victoria, Mr. Lawrence O'Toole. Alrighty, so it is Steers on stand 1 and O'Toole on stand 2. O'Toole on stand 2. Pardon me. Their times, their PBs 19.27 for Cody Steers, and Lawrence O'Toole's PB is 18.63.
That'll get him right in the mix here, guys. The time to beat. Keep your eyes on those clocks, ladies and gents. Is sub 17 seconds. Brad DeLosa came in at 17.36, so. Sub 17 is where we want to be, so we're going to need a couple PBs from Cody and Lawrence. Boys getting lined up here. Getting themselves right, physically going through the motions, getting in that mental space. Let's hand it over to the officials to kick it off.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they get to the wood at exactly in sync, which is nice to see. The left-hander on stand 2, O'Toole, and of course the right-hander Steers on 1. They both turn together, Dan.
Bit of a hang-up there from O'Toole. He managed to wrench the axe free. Cody Steers coming home very strong. He's going to push through any second now, you would think, ladies and gents. Hang up there for Cody Steers. Lawrence O'Toole gets it done, and Cody Steers follows only a second later.
Okay, I think that time for Steers is incorrect, so don't be looking at that time because I think that one they might have pressed it just a little bit early.
That's okay. We're going to revise the times. We can get all that sorted. Looking at the screen here, guys, it tells me Cody Steers is actually 20.5 seconds. There you go. We've rectified that up on the big screen. And Lawrence O'Toole, if it's a good cut, will have seen himself into 3rd place with 18.92. Let's get a check. Both cuts are good. First, though, as per usual, then Gaz is going to grab, I'd say, Lawrence O'Toole to see how he's feeling. Last year's champion. Over to the officials to see if the cuts are good.
Both cuts were good.
Alrighty, there it is. We're going to grab Lawrence for a quick chat there after the first cut. Now, Lawrence, coming in as a reigning world and obviously national champion, does it put a different sort of pressure on, or it's all business?
It's just like any other competition, mate, but it's definitely a tough field out here, so you got to really be on your game.
How was the wood in the first cut there? Obviously, that was a nice, strong cut for you. Good time early. You're going to put you on the points nice and early in the game.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it wasn't my best cut, but it was, it's what it is, so I'm pretty happy with it.
All right, mate. Fantastic as always. Ladies and gentlemen, Lawrence O'Toole. Alrighty, Dan, what do we got coming up next, mate?
Mate, we got Heat 6, last two competitors, Braden Meyer, Glenn Gillam. This is going to be big. These boys are no slouches when it comes to the underhand chop, and that is an understatement. Their PBs are 17.8, 17.2, which is the Aussie record held by Glenn Gillam. World record held by Braden Meyer. Not set in Australia, though, but it is a 12.3.
Now, one of the interesting things here, obviously, the two Victorians, these guys obviously do and will post the fastest times of the day. So, Gold Coast, everyone in the crowd, do not blink because this one is going to be over in a matter of seconds. So make sure you're obviously watching the whole time because it's going to be very, very exciting. And we could see the Australian record fall here, which Glenn Gillam, as Dan has alluded to, does hold Lee 17.20.
Yeah, Braden Meyer's got himself the world record, I believe, set overseas, Lee, at 12.39.
Let's get him on stage, ladies and gentlemen. Braden Meyer and Glenn Gillam.
Lee, can you tell us a bit about that world record, mate?
Yeah, so we've just recently upgraded the timing system to exactly the same one that they use in the World Championship. So now we can set world records. We know that the times are going to be as close to the start signal. You see the two little light boxes either side of the stage. They are giving off a signal right on the go. We've got 3 camera angles set up here so we can pick up every single hit, and we can be setting some awesome records, hopefully.
All right, that world record, 12.3. Again, that must have been another one of those samurai cuts on balsa wood because that is very, very quick. All right, looks like the guys are pretty much ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to hand it over to our judge, Neil Richardson, to get this heat number 6 underway. Over to you. Thanks, Neil.
Couple of iPads up.
Just setting the video timing there, just making sure that's all set. We could be in for a record here, so we need to make sure we've got all angles set and good to go.
STIHL Timbersports chopper, just doing some laps. Get those video shots. All right, over to the judges.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And beautiful start right on the whistle there. Braden Meyer with that faster stroke. Glenn Gillam probably with the more powerful.
Whoa.
Oh, they're turning together. A slight hang up there by Glenn. Is that going to cost him? We're going to have to wait and see. This is going to be close. Oh, another slight hang up. It's going to be close. Do we have an Australian record?
Oh, my God!
Oh!
We could have a double Australian
What just
record
happened? I'm not
break
sure.
here.
That is why he's called the Woodpecker. Just absolutely lightning fast strokes of the axe.
This is a double Australian record break. Should both of these times be good. The previous Australian record was held by Glenn Gillam. It was 17.2. That's been smashed by 2 seconds by Braden Meyer, the world record holder.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. That was over in a jiffy jam. All right, over to the judges.
Both cuts were good.
Alrighty.
God, I love this sport.
Alrighty, we'll have a chat to Braids there. Now, you obviously were expecting a big time, but it's one thing to expect the big times and then obviously to pull it through. So you must be happy with that.
Yeah, pretty happy with that. It's a good start to the day. Really haven't had much training this year. I've sort of started a new job with the family business and just concentrating on that, but didn't expect anything this year and started off pretty good.
It was a nice cut, and I noticed it was a really nice transition as well into the front side. You looked really good from start to finish.
Yeah, I cut a good first 4 and my drivers didn't go the way I wanted them, but sort of fixed it in the back and come off good.
Mate, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, new Australian record, Braden Meyer.
Braden, I can confirm, mate, that you have beaten the national record by over 2 seconds. It was previously 17.20. Your chopping mate up there, Glenn Gillam, held that. Now it is 15.15. Very impressive. Might be time to get the leaderboard up. Have a little look at the standings thus far. Gee, that's blistering.
Yeah,
quick.
it's very, very close. And I was just saying off camera and off microphone to Lee then that it was a few slight hang-ups there by Glenn, probably cost him the time. All right, Braden Meyer takes out the maximum points there, as you can see, with 15.51.
Which,
Glenn
of course,
Gillam,
national record.
16.41.
Another one.
He broke
Another
that record
national
as well. And then Brad Delosa there, the New South Welshman, beautifully in 3rd place there. Argent in 4th, and Lawrence O'Toole just nice and close on the pace there. is on. He's 18-7-1. So Dingle, Head, and Steers round out the rest of the group.
A big special mention to Matt Kerr, Dan Kerr, Brody Dingle, Brad DeLosa with personal best, Glenn Gill and Braden Meyer not only with personal best but breaking the national record. Braden Meyer now holding it, flipping over there the standings. You can see rounding out the bottom four, Dale Beams, Dan Kerr, Chris Owen, Matt Kerr. Still plenty of time today though. As we always say with STIHL Timbersports, you can have a bit of a shaky start, and then who knows what can happen. You can come home strong and take it out for the day.
Well, we'll get the leaderboard up in a second here, but it is worth mentioning. All right, it is worth mentioning, of course, that we do have a knockout format with the new STIHL Timbersports Championship format. All right, we're going to check out one of the screens because we've got some incredible information to share with you from one of our sponsors.
Hey. Ready for any challenge. Battery power.
Hey.
Only from your local STIHL dealer.
My name's Grant. I own a STIHL dealership in Central Queensland in Biloela with my wife and family. This is Travis, my son, and at 13, Travis was diagnosed with germ cell cancer or testicular cancer. And 2 years on, we're in a good place.
When Travis was first diagnosed, it was, you can't describe what that feels like to be told that news.
Didn't really know, didn't know what to feel, didn't really know anything. Old Trav was healthy, as normal, playing soccer, racing motorbikes, right up until a Tuesday of the school holidays. And then he had a pain in his back. That's how it started, yeah? And he just didn't get over it. And it took him about a week before they flew us to Brisbane on the Saturday, and on Sunday morning he was diagnosed. And from there, it got scary.
We have been given the all clear. He's fast approaching his 2-year in remission anniversary. Being able to detect things in the early stages makes treatment so much easier.
Well, Movember traditionally up home is massive. A lot of people that I deal with get involved with it. Now that it's a little bit closer to home, we've decided to throw our spot behind it. It's a message that men need to get through to their heads that talking about it early is going to fix the problem. And get over your masculinity and talk about it. We were lucky to catch Travs early enough that we come up with a positive outcome. But if you let things go too long and don't talk about them and hide them, they're going to be 10 times worse.
So this year I'm a bit excited. We're potentially running a mowathon. We'll be mowing around in a little circuit with some fake workshop repairs that need to be done for a bit of fun.
We don't know how much we're going to raise. Every cent we raise obviously helps the foundation, and we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm known for having a little bit of fun, so it's not all serious. I'd encourage other STIHL dealers to get behind it by promoting Movember and encouraging their own store activities like sausage sizzles, our mowathon. As STIHL dealers, we get a lot of people in the shop every day, a lot of men, so the more STIHL dealers involved, the better.
Until you're in that situation, you can't understand what it's like for other families to go through, and then looking back and us even thinking, how did we get through that? But we were lucky, we did.
Grow Mo, save a bro this Movember.
You got it!
Some of our 600 STIHLdealers.com.au is where you go to find your local, or just look about 10 metres to your right. They're all over by
what
the
he did
bar
last
over
time.
there, getting stuck
Give me
in.
the thumbs up last
Checking out
time.
this amazing day of action we've got here. Starting order for the stock saw up on the big screen. We're going to see Brody Dingle take on Dale Beams first up, Gaz.
Let's write it up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to welcome him to the stage. Please welcome Dale Beams and Brody Dingle.
should do. We'll throw loads of goodies out.
Yeah. We'll get 2 heats out before we change it.
There's also a bunch of key rings there too.
Everybody knows.
Loving the seat format. Alrighty, the guys are getting themselves in position, ready to rock and roll. So it's Dingle on 1 and Beams on 2. We're going to hand it over to our judge, Neil Richardson, for this official first heat in the stock saw.
Warm up your saw. Athletes ready?
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's Dingle that gets to the woods, second to Beams. But Dingle on the upcut first, looking to post a good time. And done, 13.45, 14.51.
Dale Beams looks like he might have put up a PB here. He'll be pretty happy with himself.
Both cuts are good.
All right, over to the judges.
Both cuts were good.
Alrighty, nice work there. Dan's going to grab Brody Dingle for a chat.
13.45 is the unofficial time right now, Brody. How did that feel, mate?
Yeah, I was pretty nervous coming into that one. I'd like to have gone a little bit quicker because there's some pretty competent fellas coming up, but you know, the time will hopefully stand for a bit and yeah, see how they go. The saws work perfectly and yeah, it'll be a good competition.
You feeling like you're in your element today? You feeling confident?
Oh, I don't think you can ever feel confident in this crowd, mate. There's some really good competitors here. There's the world's best. They've proved it for 5 or 6 years now, so just go out, stick to your guns and go from there.
Good on you, Brody. Good man. The big Queenslander. Give it up, ladies and gents. Going to see a lot more of him over the course of today. I get a feeling he is just getting started, guys.
Fantastic stuff. Alrighty, we're going to fire straight into heat number 2. So please make some noise for Queensland's own Mitch Argent and from the Tasmanian superstar Cody Steers. Alrighty, going to hand over to the judges to get this heat 2 underway.
Warm up your saws. Athletes ready?
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Personal bests, both in the area of 13 seconds here, guys. So anything under that, the boys will be very, very happy with. The time to beat.
Oh, this is close. It's going to be hard to pick a winner, and it looks like it is Argent.
That is a good time there from Argent. Traditionally, stock saw has not been his strongest discipline. It's let him down when it's really counted, but that is looking like a great time, potentially a PB for him as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, give them a round of applause. They are both PBs for both athletes. Unofficially.
Wait to see if the cuts are good. Mitch Argent will have taken himself to the top of the ladder. Over to the officials.
Both cuts were good.
There it is. Nice work by the guys. Great work. All right, so that is it. Done and run. So Mitch Argent now races to the top of the leaderboard with a time of 12.70. Can the next two guys in heat number 3 catch them? We'll have to wait and find out.
Get the deck crew to tidy up there. We're going to have a look at the replay up on the big screen. Mitch Argent.
Just a
powering
beautiful upcut there. Like, and with all that said, Cody Steers no slouch with the STIHL MS661 chainsaw. Very, very good work as well by the Tasmanian.
No slouch at all. He's put himself into second place. 3 personal bests so far from 4 competitors, guys. The
Huge.
PBs are dropping like flies, and the Australian record's already been busted up in the underhand chop. I get a feeling we're going to see, and this is a big call, I reckon we could see an Australian record set in every discipline today.
Absolutely. So our Australian record, of course, in this one is 11.45. He was we're only talking, we're only talking like 1 second out. That, of course, was by Brad DeLosa, who is coming up in, he'll be in the last heat, so heat number 6 of today, Dan.
Time for the third heat right now, though. Deck crew getting very close to having it all set. Spraying the logs now with the logos. Maybe you can grab those cookies down the front here for a note donation, and all that money goes to the Movember Foundation.
Alrighty, guys, without further ado, let's welcome up our Heat 3 competitors. Make some noise for Chris Owen and Daniel Gurr.
Dan Gurr, absolutely sprinting over there. He is super keen for this. You love to see that enthusiasm of youth.
Absolutely frothing at the bit, as they like to say.
Nearly as frothy as Big Bubba.
All right, Owen on stand 1, Gurr on stand 2.
Warm up your saw. Athletes ready?
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's Gurr that gets to the wood first. Owen probably with the faster down cut. Tight on the upcut. Who's going to take it?
Oh!
Oh!
Very tight. 2/10 of a second, guys.
I would ignore the time clock there, because it's all going to come down to our video judging on that one. Because for me, they were neck and neck. I couldn't pick that one.
We had Matt Gurr watching his son, Dan Gurr.
Who won that one, Matty?
Are you happy with his form there, Matty?
You reckon Chris Owen just got it? All right. Times are very, very good. I think that both these times are going to be in the top 2 of the day, which is going to set the guys in a really good stead. Over to our judges, Steve Lorenz for the official decision.
Both cuts were good.
Oh, these guys are pros today. Fantastic work. Alrighty. We're going to have to wait to get the official times on the radio, so stand by for that. But unofficially, Chris Owen with the second fastest time of the day, 12.66.
Mitch Argent still the man to beat.
12.60 for Chris Owen and Gurr, drum roll.
PB for Chris Owen.
Yep.
Another PB, the 4th PB of this event.
12.70. So
just outside his PB at 12.5. Mitch Argent still up the top by 0.05 of a second on 12.55.
Look how much that's separating there down. So the times are, guys, just to give you an idea how close it is literally, it's 0.05 of a second is separating first and second, and 0.10 of a second is separating second and third. So very, very
less
close.
than half a second from first to fourth.
Yep.
12.55 through to 12.99. Unbelievable. So 12.55 is the time to remember, ladies and gents. You can see them up on the big screen there. That's what it's saying. Look at that. Less than half a second from first through to fourth. It is tight at the top. We're about to see Lawrence O'Toole, Glenn Gillam get up and have a crack. Personal bests in the area of 12.22 and 12.25. So that will put both of them at the top of the leaderboard for this discipline if they can come through with a personal best. And 4 of our 6 competitors have broken their PBs, guys.
All right, let's get the next competitors out onto stage. Heat number 4, make some noise for the 2 Victorians, Lawrence O'Toole and Glenn Gillam. Alrighty, the guys just measuring it up, rocking and rolling. So as we said, it's going to be O'Toole on stand 1 and Gillam on 2.
Be great to see a couple PBs fall here. PBs getting bested here are going to come close to the national record. So here are the 2 times to remember, ladies and gents. The national record of 11.45 and today's best time of 12.55. So 11 seconds would be unbelievable. 12 would do it for the day. Over to the officials. We are about to start.
Warm up your saws.
Time is ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off and racing. It's O'Toole with the early lead. Oh, that's
Great
a fast time.
Really good time from Lawrence O'Toole there.
12.66 unofficial. I think that's going to come down a little bit as well. Very good there, Dan.
Currently puts him in 3rd place unofficially. We'll, of course, wait to see if the cut is good. Looks good to my eye. And then if that time squeaks in a little bit, he could climb himself up further on the podium from 3rd into 1st or 2nd. Over to our officials.
Both cuts were good.
There it is. Both cuts are good.
Tyson on the decks, by the way. Special shout out.
Absolutely
My very own Dickie
slaying
Lee,
it.
carving it up.
I'm gonna hang up my headphones after this.
This is my favourite talking head of the day so far, guys, including you and me. There you go. Lawrence O'Toole has squeaked up a bit as anticipated.
hang on.
There you go. We've got a tie at the top.
That is that. So he is officially 12.55. So they officially they get dead even points. Mitch Argent and Lawrence O'Toole both have the fastest times of the day with 12.55. You would not read about it, Dan.
So many split decisions today. We saw the Women's Championship decided by a split decision, 3 ways. Then the rookies were decided by 0.02 of a second. Now we're staying in the stock saw, Mitch and Lawrence.
All right. I think we're going to give away some prizes. What are we giving away?
Got some stubby coolers behind there, guys. We've got some key rings here as well, bruv. Go up on the STIHL Timbersports page
Have a
on
look
Facebook.
at that. So equal first place there, Mitch Argent. All right, who wants some stubby holders? Put your hand up if you want one. I'll throw. Oh, Jesus.
Give us a like on the old STIHL Timbersports
Let's go. Wait for that to kill. Oh,
Facebook
nice
page.
One
Got
hand.
some key rings here.
So everyone, make sure you're looking up, just in case I miss the person I'm directing at. I don't want to scone someone in the face. There we go. Got the key rings. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, young fella. You're going to be putting cans of Coca-Cola in that one, of course. Nothing else. Dan, you want to give me a hand here? I'm getting barraged.
Mate, I'm knee deep in bloody key rings here.
All right, what's this?
What's
this rapid fire?
Yeah, of course. Want to have a couple? Yes, great, mate. Of course you can. How would you like another one? Yeah, you have those two. You have another one. Keyring, brother? No?
Oh, hey, nice one. No worries. Who's got one? I can't tell you who's got one. Doing my best. Doing my best. Oh.
Are you throwing them at me intentionally?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. All good. All good. All right.
All good?
Nice one. Tell you what, the girls have definitely got the boys covered for better marks today.
Hey, Scotty Bennett, great job today, brother. Scotty, have a keyring, mate. Good job. That's in lieu of any payment. You agree by taking it. Thank you.
There we go. All right, we're ready to go. Let's get our next athletes onto stage. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for Matt Gurr from Tasmania, and from Victoria, we've got Braden Meyer. Is he exhausted from those shows?
Yeah, Tyson, good work today, brother. Have a keyring, mate. Once again, in lieu of payment, you accept those conditions by taking said keyring. Geez, PBs falling like cookies here, Gaz, at Broadwater Park.
Time is ready.
Mitch Argent, took a PB out with his 12:55. Lawrence O'Toole, equal top spot there. So, we can put the leaderboard up on the stage. That would be fantastic, so we can get a bit of a feel for where these guys, of course, are standing.
Warm up your soul.
All right, over there.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's Meyer that gets to the wood first. Oh! I cannot pick another winner there. It looked like that it was Meyer that took it.
According to the clocks, guys, it looks like Meyer by 1/10 of a second.
Both the fastest times of the day. Give him a round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen.
We in PB territory here? No, not quite PBs for either one of them, but that's because they are so good at this discipline that not getting a PB can still get them up the top of the leaderboard.
The interesting part here is Braden Meyer, who was already sitting quite well in the standings. All right, over to the judges.
Both cuts were good.
There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a round of applause. All right, Braden Meyer is just going to have a quick chat with Dan Anstey there, just to get a bit of a feel for how he went on that particular heat.
Go on, Braden. Mate, you are so good at that event. You did not set a PB there, but you still pushed yourself up the top of the leaderboard. You happy?
Yeah, I just wanted a consistent time and just stay in that middle of the field, and going into the standing block with the chopping events is my favourite, so hopefully I can stay there.
How are you liking STIHL Timbersports on the Gold Coast? Second year here. Enjoying it?
Yeah, it's bloody good. It's good to be back here, back in my missus' home state. So, yeah, it's bloody unreal.
But you're looking forward to a frothy after the event as well.
Yeah, quite a few.
It's going to taste good. Good on you, mate.
All right, nice work there, ladies and gentlemen. Round of applause. Braden Meyer, who now has the fastest time of the day.
Absolute mastery of the STIHL MS661 chainsaw there. Available from any STIHL dealer. Go to stihldealers.com.au to find your local dealer.
All right, so check out the times here. Ladies and gentlemen, the times are that separates them 0.02 of a second. That is unbelievable stuff there. So it was literally 12.31 for Braden Meyer, 12.33. You wouldn't read about it. So that's going to give Matt Gurr some much-needed points there and in second place. But there is still two very good athletes to come. Let's get them up on stage, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for New South Wales' own Brad Delosa and Queensland's very own. Make some noise for Jimmy Head.
So good, these athletes. In fact, they are the best two if you go from personal bests in Australia. Brad Delosa being the national record holder with 11.45.
I don't know if you can smell that, but I smell a PB coming up.
Ooh. A PB for Brad Delosa would be the new Australian record as well.
All right, here we go.
He's looking confident today. I mean, all these competitors are really lapping up the conditions here at Southport, Broadwater Parklands on the beautiful Gold Coast. I believe we are ready to go. Over to the officials. Let's get the sixth heat underway.
Warm up your saws. Athletes ready?
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's Delosa that gets to the wood first. He's looking fast. On the upcut, he's going to need to work hard if he's any chance to break that Australian record. Oh, outside of it. Interesting. 13.40. A little bit slower than we would have liked for Delosa and, of course, for Jimmy Head. But still very competitive times.
Times to beat from Braden Meyer was 12.31.
They were out.
This is very interesting.
2 seconds outside their PBs. Both the guys. Very interesting.
He's going to see them finish further down the board than they would have hoped. It'll put them in 9th and 10th at this stage, just for the stock saw. But the overall standings will see Brad in 4th and Jamie in 11th. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's wait and see if the cuts are indeed good.
Both cuts were good.
And there it is. So by my calculations, Braden Meyer has won both. So he's 2 from 2. He's taken the maximum 12 chocolates. Thank you very much.
Correct. Total of 24 points here on the overall leaderboard. Just while we get the official time sorted for Brad Delosa and Jamie Head.
Well, what's very exciting to note is that he's obviously quite good still at the single buck. He's done quite well in that. He does do well in the standing block as well. So he's still got a few more points he can grab.
Yeah, standing block. I think he went about 6 competitions not being beaten in the standing block, so we can know he can pull one of those out the bag. Single buck isn't quite his strongest discipline, but he has been known to post some fast times, and he is actually Australian record holder in the Springboard at the moment. So he has got 2 good disciplines, 1 not so, and then probably looking like it's going to come down to his hot saw. And he's running a new hot saw this year after 2 years in a row. His hot saw has cost him the Australian Championships. He said, I'm not bringing that one here. I'm getting a new one. I'm going to bring that in and hopefully get to use it here in that final 6. Custom
built. Any specs on that off the top of your head at all? Because we know we keep talking about year to year, these hot saws, they are powered by jet ski engines.
Jet ski motorbike engines. So you'll hear them warming up out the back just before the final discipline.
Yeah. You'll hear them warming out at the back from Brisbane.
Exactly.
That's right. And the interesting thing is, when you actually do hear them, you can hear the I'm not going to call it reflection, the delay off the actual off the apartments over there.
Yep.
So it'll finish here, and then you get the extra one there. So it just
They
shows
are so incredibly loud.
the what sort of neighbours might be able to hear those?
The people over at Palazzo Versace who paid $1,000 to stay for the night won't be particularly happy when we fire up the hot sauce. But I don't feel too sorry for them. They're doing just fine.
No, stuff them. Alrighty.
So that's it for the stock saw there. Why don't we, now that we've revised the times for Brad DeLoster and Jamie Ev, why don't we get up the overall standings order? Let's have a look at there. That's the overall standings. As you mentioned a tick ago, Gaz, Braden Meyer is 2 from 2. 2 wins, which gives him 12 points
Huge
per
lead.
discipline.
Huge
Massive
lead.
lead. He's crept out to 24. The perfect 2 rounds at the beginning. Ahead of Mitch Argent, the Queenslander on 19. Lawrence O'Toole, last year's champion. And rounding out the bottom there, Dan Gurr, Chris Owen, Jamie Head, Dale Beans. It is an elimination as well as we approach the final few events.
Now, what's going to be interesting to note, fellas, is because he's obviously 2 from 2, that obviously suggests that his times are obviously quite good in those disciplines. So when it comes down to the end, if for whatever reason, by any chance, that we do happen to have a tie, he is putting himself in a really good position early on in the competition.
And it can come down to split seconds. As we saw in the Rookie Championship, first and second place were separated by 0.02 of a second. So everything counts, Lee.
That's right. He's about 3 seconds ahead of the next man at the moment. But I think Braden's come out here. He's not going to put it to chance. He's going to go for 6 from 6. Be the first person ever potentially to do that in STIHL Timbersports. He wants all the chocolates, Gaz.
Absolutely. Alrighty. So looks like we're getting everything ready for the standing block. Looking at the guys we obviously got coming up in the first heat here, Chris Owen and Matt Gurr. They've got PBs of 18.06 for Owen and 20.41. Check out the replay of Braden Meyer, of course, going against Glenn Gillam. You see Glenn had a slight hang-up with his axe, just getting caught, and there was a second one. And I think there's a third one as well. All right, so he had 2 to 3 sticks, of course, with the axes, which did cost him that little bit of time because it was very close.
Garden
Alrighty,
power
ladies and
tools.
gentlemen, let's get
They used
out
to be
underway.
passed down. These days, they're more likely to be thrown down. Well, not in our world. STIHL tools have stood the test of time. German engineered, voted #1 for quality. Better still, they're more affordable than you might think. And they're only at STIHL specialist stores. Find yours online. Better still.
I'm Kieran Ryan, passionate Mobro from regional Victoria. I've been participating in Movember for the last 8 years. We started in 2008 as something that was a bit of fun. Movember really got serious for me and my group of friends when we lost 2 friends in a very short space of time to suicide, and that was something that was very hard to understand. I thought his two mates that are meant to be in the prime of their lives, in their early 20s, and one that had a family. This shouldn't be happening to my group of friends, and it shouldn't be happening to men in general. And that's the reason we're still growing our moustaches today. The conversations that these moustaches start helps change the stigma, especially around men's mental health. It needs to be something that men can talk freely and openly about. I want to see a world where no man is taking his life. This year I'm getting around Move, which is Movember's physical way to participate. I'm going to ride 330 kilometres. I'm going to ride from Melbourne to my hometown in Stawell and see one of our friends' graves who's taken his life. Donate to the Movember Foundation because there's men that are still dying too young in life, and that's something that needs to change.
Alrighty,
For
we're
a
gonna
better
get
way
this
to buy
fired up.
garden power tools, go to your local STIHL dealer with spring specials on now. Like $50 off our top-selling trimmers, battery-powered mowers from only $4.99, and battery-powered trimmers and blowers from only $1.79. STIHL tools only from STIHL dealers. There's 600 nationally. Find yours at stihl.com.au. Better still.
Canard Tire makes every job easy, like cutting, grinding,
Powering. Demolishing.
chopping,
Moving. Watering. Digging. Planting. Pumping.
grinding, hanging,
Doing this. Retrieving. Cleaning.
drying.
And flattening. So for the right equipment for every job, from DIY to major projects, head down to Canard Tire.
Canards make your job easy.
Yeah, big thank you to Canards, one of our major sponsors there. And you saw the STIHL dealers pop up on the big screen too. STIHLdealers.com.au to find your local dealer. He or she might be standing about 15 metres away as well at the bar. We've got a few STIHL dealers in the house right now. Give us a wave if you're a STIHL dealer over there in the VIP area.
Couple in the bar. There's 2,
Hey,
3,
there we
4.
go.
Good to see you
Hands
guys. Thanks
going
for your
up.
support.
They will help you leave with the right tool if you go check out your local STIHL dealership. Get it ready to go. Better still, they can service it too, so it'll last for years. Some great deals going on now as well. $50 off our top-selling STIHL trimmers. Amongst that, battery promotions, all sorts of great stuff. The website you need to know is stihldealers.com.au. Rightio, we are kicking off now the third discipline. Gav, the standing block chop, my friend.
Fantastic stuff. Alrighty. So, ladies, confirming these ones are all right. So, I'll introduce who we've got in front of me here. So, it's, ladies and gentlemen, it is Matt Gurr and Chris Owen. That's right. All right, so Owen on 1 and Gurr on 2. All right, over to the judges.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they get to the wood at exactly the same time. Owen probably with a slightly faster technique there. Nice and methodical, of course, by Matty Gurr, the wily veteran from Tasmania. It's Owen who turns first, looking to put in a big time here. You can see the strength on the face, the strides. He's going to look to put the drivers in and get that block rocking. 18.66. That is going to be very close to his PB. 23.05 for Matty Gurr. Give him a big round of applause, please, Gold Coast.
Chris Owen set that PB yesterday. He'd have been hoping to get a little bit closer, but he's just outside that. So 2 very consistent cuts. He's definitely been putting the hard yards in to get up to the level that's needed to be in the running.
He's going to be hoping, Lee, that, of course, that is an unofficial time. So he's going to be hoping the official time is just a little bit less and hopefully in and around PB territory. Over to the judges.
Both cuts were good.
Alrighty, fantastic work there by the guys. We'll wait to get the official times, but Chris Owen in around PB territory, and hopefully that puts him in good stead for the rest of competition. .36 is the official time for Chris Owen, so .30 of just outside of his PB time, Dan and Lee.
Pretty happy with that. Set that PB yesterday, only 0.3 of a second outside of today. So I mean, it's put him at the first place now with a decent lead in front of Matt Gurr. It's the only one he's got to compare himself to.
Yeah, it looked like Chris put in about a 12 hit front there, I believe, on that log, and then came off with about 7. So I think some of these guys have been looking at that, and they'll be looking to go maybe less than 12 and bring it off with about 8 in the back. So 10 and 8, I think, is going to get you a time. Maybe some of the guys might be going for 8 and 8 up there with this wood.
Alrighty. Getting the guys in position. Now, I'm expecting some big things here by the Queenslander Brody Dingle. He's been in form nice and early here. Let's get him on stage, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise. Queensland's very own Brody Dingle. And, of course, already on stage, Tasmania's Daniel Gurr.
We get those flags waving out there again. Oh, we missed it. We missed it. All right, let's get those flags waving out there again. Might have already put them in your bag to take home, but get them out again and give them a wave around as the camera pans across.
It's for the TV show at 7, mate. Get those flags up nice and high, ladies and gents. Make some noise. Hey!
Hey, what's emerged from nowhere? Looks like a West Tigers game, doesn't it? There it is. Nice work.
Wave those flags for us nice and high, ladies and gents. We can see you now.
So you see yourself on TV, of course, on 7, mate. 12:30 on Saturdays.
Just missed it. That's all right. Tune in next week.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off and chopping. Left-handed Dingle, and of course both left-handed as well. Gurr on 1, Dingle on 2. Who's going to turn first? It is Gurr, the youngster from Tasmania, but closely on his heels is Dingle.
A little bit of a stick there for Dan. He's looking to be putting in the drivers very soon. Brody just gets that one off. It was the tail of the front sides. It looks like Brody took a couple of extra hits to make sure those drivers came off.
Just that extra half little hit that's needed, that nudge to make sure you separate the log.
PB.
Who we're looking at here, Brody Dingle with a PB. This could be very good. If it's a good cut, he'll be a second under his PB or thereabouts. 0.2 of a second if it's good. Let's hand it over to our officials.
Over to the judges.
Both cuts were good.
Alrighty, nice work there. We'll grab Brody Dingle for a quick chat. Alrighty, bros. It must be good to know you've obviously put the work in and you're starting to see the results on the big stage.
Yeah, mate. Obviously, I would have liked that block to come off when it was meant to, but yeah, like got some new equipment and done a little bit of training and changed a few technique issues, and yeah, it's going okay.
So unofficially, 18.54. We'll obviously look to get that, but it's going to be in and around PB. Spirit, you must be happy with the STIHL Timbersports series and your performance so far in competition.
Definitely, mate. It's really good timber. The guys have put on a spectacle. It's great crowd, great atmosphere, and yeah, good competition.
Mate, always a pleasure, ladies and gentlemen. Brody Dingle, everybody, Queensland's own.
Oh, we have had a revision on that PB there. So the time has come in. This is very rare. Slightly higher than it was recorded. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, what happened there was the wood just held on. The timer's got a little bit trigger happy down the front there.
There we go.
Press the button, but we had to go back and just get that one. So that's why we've got the video judge there just checking through all of those.
That's good. That's what the video judges are for. It's a precise sport. STIHL Timbersports. Brody Dingle has set himself a time of 18.54, as you can see up on the timers there, and Dan Gurr came through in 24.51. So Brody Dingle gets himself into second place in this event, and Dan Gurr comes in at fourth.
Okay, so we've got coming up, of course, heat number 3. We've got DeLosa and Beams. These guys are both very, very good standing block cutters, and you can see that, Dan and Lee, from their times. There's literally 0.6 of a second that separates them. Sorry, 0.06 of a second that separates their times. They're both in the 16 mark. I'm expecting a time in and around the 16 mark, which will mean that it'll get them up into first place in this particular discipline.
Time to beat is 18.36. So 18 is a magic number when you're watching, ladies and gents. Sub 18 will be a winning time in this discipline, the standing block. Rightio, looks like we're getting set here.
All right, it looks like we're ready to go. Let's introduce our Heat 3 competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise from New South Wales, Brad DeLosa, and from Tasmania, Dale Beamsy Beams. Alrighty, it's going to be a very, very exciting heat here. As we've sort of said, both these guys have incredible PB times. How they're going to go, we're going to hand it over to the judges. Get this Heat 3 underway.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it's DeLosa that gets to the wood first. Beams closely behind. Left-handed, right-hander. It's DeLosa that turns first. Has he put enough work in that front side, Dan?
Powerful strokes from DeLosa. Look at this.
Oh!
Double up. I think DeLosa just squeaked in there, and it does look like the clocks reflect that 0.2 of a second.
This could be a PB. His PB is 16.81. Now, that time that you're seeing on the screen is 16.89, Lee, is unofficial.
Yeah, there was a bit of talk that this discipline wouldn't suit Brad. You know, he's not traditionally been as good as some of those big choppers up there, but he's put a marker out, 16.89, and said, guys that are coming, you got to beat that.
Both cuts were good.
There it is. Alrighty.
Cannot wait to see what these times get revised down to, guys. We'll keep you posted, mate, if you want to grab the great man, Brad DeLosa.
All right, Brad, just jump up in here for a sec, mate, so the crowd can see, mate. As much as you want to see the back of your head. Mate, now that's a fantastic chop by you. That's unofficial 16.89, so... All right, that's a PB for Brad DeLosa, 16.65. Give him a round of applause. Must be happy with that.
Yeah, very happy with that. You know, it's always good to come out in this sort of field and chop well, so... You know, great some competitors to come still, but yeah, I'm certainly happy with my performance there.
I was watching, obviously, as he cut and he turned around, I was like, has he put enough in the front side? Were you thinking the same, or you were pretty confident that you put enough work in the front?
Pretty confident. You know, I had a set plan that I wanted to go for, and it worked out perfect, so I can't do more than that.
Is it always nice when you obviously have that last hit and you see the block come off nice and clean?
Yeah, it's always good, you know, to beat the man you're racing against. But as I said, these other couple of blokes coming are pretty slippery, so we'll see how it stands.
Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. New PB, Brad DeLosa, everybody.
Great stuff from Brad DeLosa. First PB there in the standing block. Hopefully we see another couple for. Bit of housekeeping, ladies and gents. It's a little bit of a dampener, but anyone who's parked their car behind the stage, the council has asked that you just move it down to the car park just down the road. So if you could pretty please do
just
that
before they tow it.
Behind the stage, that's right. I didn't want to put too fine a point on it, but if you have parked there, shift your card. That'd be great. You can even park up at Australia Fair, possibly.
Very nice of them to give us a bit of a warning. Normally they just get taken away and you think, dude, where's my car?
If that was in Melbourne, they would have towed it and sold it by now.
All right, we might take a look at the live leaderboard just to see what that time by Brad Deloza has done.
Oi, very interesting. But there is still a few guys to come here, and they are all very, very good standing block cutters.
Can you believe Brad Delosa's 2 points out in front? Braden Meyer
hasn't
competed yet. That's how good Braden Meyer is going.
You wouldn't read about it.
2 from 2. So that's only 2 events he's taken out the 12 points in both of those.
These are very quickly. How are you seeing it from your perspective? Do you see these guys breaking more PBs here?
I think all these next guys coming up, they got pretty low PBs, but, you never know what's going to happen out here. You got Jamie Head, 16.5, Cody Steers, 15.75, and then in the final few heats, you've got Mitch Argent with the Australian record there, 14.10. So anything could happen.
Mitch Argent is world class when it comes to standing block. All right, looks like they're nearly ready to go. We'll just wait for the all clear from the net crew, and then we'll get the guys up on stage. All righty, we're good to go, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for Jimmy Head and Cody Steers.
This is Levi. Hello, Levi.
Nice little flying V up the top there.
Quack, 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 quack.
Great fun. Good, great fun. This is cool.
Jamie Head's PB is 16.5 in this discipline. Cody Steers, 15.75. Both of those times would see either of these competitors at the top of the leaderboard for the standing block. As we see them ease in here. Jamie Head unfurling the axe. Cody Steers giving his blade a polish. They're stepping up now. Sizing up the block. Think I know who's going to come off best here between our axemen and our blocks.
Alrighty, over to the judges.
Hold up, look. Hold up, Cody.
Alrighty, just going to get things reset.
It's a precise sport. We want the timings very accurate if we want to be setting world records.
I think they just wanted to hear a bit more of Ty's song, to be honest.
Got to make sure everything is above board.
All right, back over to the judges.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And it looks like it's Head that gets to the wood first. Big, powerful strokes there by Steers as well. It's the Queenslander, and it's the Tasmanian. It's the Tasmanian that turns first, Steers. Jimmy Head, how much work has he put in the front? We're going to find out. They're going to look to put those drivers in very soon. Oh!
400ths of a second if you go by the unofficial times, which you basically would call that simultaneous because those times
100%.
are not locked in.
This could be one of the first ones of the day where the times are dead on. We've only had one thus far. Could be actually be pretty much dead on. 17.74 unofficial times, and the second and third in terms of the times, they have now finished third and fourth at this stage. All right, we're going to hand it over to judges Steve Lorenz.
I'm happy.
He's going to make sure that these both cuts are good. Over to you. Thank you, Steve.
Both cuts were good.
All righty, there it is in the book. Give a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Jamie Head from Queensland and Cody Steers from Tasmania. Okay, so Dan, the times that are unofficial, I'll wait to get the official times through here so we can see who's actually got it. Looks like it's very close. Yep. 17.558. Just waiting for that to be updated on the back end. Alrighty, so it was Cody Steers that actually took it over Jimmy Head.
Is that
in
right?
That 0.03 of a second, which was very, very close. So Steers just pips out Head there, which is very interesting.
And amazing. So those times switched there, guys, from what we thought was the winning cut. Radio Braden Meyer is going to be taking the stage in a second. He is 2 from 2 with events today. Sitting pretty on 24 points after only 2 rounds. Going to be going head-to-head with Lawrence O'Toole, though, last year's reigning Australian champion and the world champion, Gaz.
Absolutely. There's not much he hasn't won. And also the champion trophies as well.
Outstanding to see as well that Australian consistently ranks amongst the world's best. And we're not talking against any old country either. We're talking against some of the greats, against the USA, Great Britain, Canada, New Zealand. Yes, the big man, Jason Wynyard over there in New Zealand, I believe is an 8-time world champion.
All right, looks like we're pretty much ready to rock and roll. Deck is clear. All righty, ladies and gentlemen, let's give him a big round of applause. Let's get him on stage. Please make some noise for Lawrence O'Toole and Braden Meyer, both Victoria. Oh, big cheer for the boys.
Braden Meyer will be very keen to keep his perfect record going and go 3 from 3 in the first 3 events. That means he'll have to beat Brad DeLose's time of 16.65. So remember that, ladies and gents. We want to see under 16 or in the lower half of the 16-second mark for Braden Meyer to take it out. But Lawrence O'Toole will be thinking the exact same thing.
So if they're turning in and around the 7 to 8 second mark, obviously being the halfway mark, you know that they're going to be very much in the game. So make a note on how many hits they're putting in the front. Often they'll put between an 8 to a 10 hit pattern. Obviously it does change, but we're going to head over to the judges to get this next heat of the standing block underway.
Hang on. Are you right with him? It's going to be finishing here.
Alrighty, judges just getting everything officiated, making sure everything's all good. Back over to you, please, Neil Richardson.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off and chopping. Both athletes are 2 left-handers going at it. It is going to be really close here. Who's going to turn first? They're pretty much turning together. Meyer slightly ahead here. He's going to look to put in the time. Is it going to be sub 16? Yes, it is! Wowee!
Not only are we looking at the best time today, a personal best, we are looking at the new national record, ladies and gentlemen. The national record is held by Mitch Argent. It stands at 14.1. Braden Meyer has just posted an unofficial 13.84. Hopefully the cut is good. You're going to have a chat to the great man, Gaz. Deary me, Lee. That was blistering.
Both cuts were good.
There it is.
Alrighty. There it is, the boy. Both fantastic cuts. Second and first there by the boys. Very, very competitive. All right, I'm going to grab Braden Meyer. I'm not sure what you had for breakfast, mate, but I think we all need to know. You're fantastic so far. You're on track for 3 from 3. Still a few guys to come here, but national record, not bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. You've got Glenn and Mitch coming up now, so they're pretty fierce competitors. But can do no worse than third in this event, so bloody good start.
How many hits did you put in the front there, just for us that can't count?
I think I cut it in 8 and 8 in the end, so I'm pretty happy with that.
You must have been very happy when you hit that 8th one on the backside and she just went nice and clean.
Yeah, I was pretty wrapped, so yeah, good start.
Mate, fantastic. On fire. Ladies and gentlemen, he's a man to watch. He's going to be the man to beat if he keeps up. Braden Meyer, everybody. Well, what do you make of that, Dan? That was impressive cutting. There's 2 very good cutters to come.
What I make from that, Gaz, is that Braden Meyer, so far, from 3 events with 12 points each, is on 36 points and has just clocked up an Australian record to his name. Yep, that time is 13.6 officially. 13.6, the national record, ladies and gents. You just saw it topple in front of your very eyes. And the man who used to hold it's coming up now.
Now, and what's very used to hold, could hold again. What's really interesting to note is that Braden Meyer's previous PB was 16.22, so he's actually taken off 3 seconds off his time.
Impressive stuff. Mitch Argent's going to be looking to claw that back now. He was the man who had it until moments ago with 14.1. Glenn Gillam, certainly no slouch as well. 17.92 is his personal best. As we know, the time to beat is the new Australian record, 13.6 seconds. The deck crew doing an outstanding job up there, resetting. As we watch the replay, look at this blistering time here from Braden Meyer. To leave Lawrence O'Toole in your wake is an incredibly impressive feat. Lawrence, who's the Australian and the world champion, if you can do that to him, you know you've done something right.
With that said, though, Lawrence still does have the second fastest time, so he's still in the ball game. Looks like we're ready to rock and roll. Let's get these last guys on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Queensland's own Mitch Argent, and from the big hitting Victorian, it's Glenn Gillam.
13.6 is the time to beat the Australian record. Braden Meyer, dearie me. How many wheat picks has he had today?
Who?
Braden Meyer.
Oh,
what is going on there?
I reckon the wheat picks isn't the issue. It's what he's putting on his wheat picks.
Woo, questions will be asked.
Asada's going to be here in no time.
He's an unbelievable athlete, Braden Meyer. What a competitor.
Alrighty, looks like we're nearly ready to rock and roll. The big right-hander, the big left-hander. Over to you, please, Neil Richardson, in this final heat in the standing block.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off and chopping. It's the Queenslander and the Victorian. Big hits in the front. There is wood chops flying everywhere. Mitch Argent wants this time. He's going to be looking to put in some strong ones early. Can he do it? It's going to be close. Oh, it's Gillam.
Wow. The perseverance and the perspiration. You can hear the breathing from down on the ground, guys. The amount of calories these boys are burning through the effort. It's just written all over their faces and the faces of the people watching too. You can see the people in the crowd.
What do you make of that, Lee?
That was a tail again of the front side of the log. Mitch went for a sneaky, I think he went for a sneaky 6 hits in the front, trying to get it off. Glenn, you know, he had that big axe that he took over to the World Championship, stuck with his 8 hits in the front, and he got it off 1 or 2 hits earlier than Mitch.
Looks like Glenn Gillam will have set himself a personal best if that time or better stands.
Over to the judges.
Both cuts were good.
There you go. Mitch Argent will have propelled himself into 4th on the standing block. Glenn Gillam 2nd place with a PB. Gaz, you are with Glenn right now.
I don't know who else he's talking to.
Trying to get a smack at the barrel.
One of the personalities of the sport. Glenn, fantastic as always. Mate, talk me through it. That was very, very exciting. Like watching you there. How many did you put in the back? How many in the front?
I'll put it to you this way. I didn't think. I just did what I did. And, yeah, I was just happy to come out on top of Mitch there.
Just close your eyes and swung sort of thing?
Just give it all I've got. At the end of the day, I can't worry about anyone else and just be me.
Fantastic. You enjoying being out here at the STIHL Timbersports here in the Gold Coast?
Sun, the shine, the surf. What else could you ask for?
Fantastic. Amazing, ladies and gentlemen. We'll give a big round of applause. The one and only Glenn Gillam, everybody.
What a champion of the sport he is. Glenn Gillam there, finishing 2nd place in the standing block. When we're ready, we might get the standing block leaderboard up on the big screen after we have a look at this replay of Glenn and Mitch doing their best there, powering through that block.
Look at the power that goes into that. He literally puts all his shoulders into it and bang.
Mitch Argent was giving it his all as well. Very impressive stuff. Great time from him too. He's finished 4th. 16.22. Glenn Gillam's PB is up there with 14.63 in 2nd place. Braden Meyer is just chopping like a man possessed. In the overall standings, he is a perfect 36 points and 5 seconds ahead of Mitch Argent in 2nd place. Stunning stuff. So we might have a look at the standing block leaderboard when we get a sec. And then we'll go to the overall. We're going to check out Braden Meyer here. This Australian record, again, if you missed it. Braden Meyer on the left of screen now. There he is. Watch this spin here. How many hits in the back? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll do it. 6 in the back, 6 in the front, 6 in the back.
8 and 6.
8 and 6 he did.
8 hits on the front, 6 on the back, Lee. Very impressive.
Yeah, I think that's the technique you need to have there. 8 in the front is a lot safer. You saw Mitch there. He was going for something special. He was going for 6 and hopefully 6 in the back. But, Glenn has studied, Glenn and Braden, they've studied what's happening to everyone overseas at the World Championships and here. And they've seen that if you put 8 fast ones in the front side and you can get that off in maybe 3, 4 or 5 in the back, you're going to be quicker than that 6 hit if they end up getting stuck. And unfortunately for today, Mitch got a little bit of a lesson on how to cut standing blocks in STIHL Timbersports series.
There you go, the evolution of the sport. Looks like they're leaning more towards that 8 in the front for safety.
Which is quite interesting because Mitch Argent, as we know, literally has represented the Chopperoos. And there is the standing leaderboard overall results. Braden Meyer is racing out to an 8-point lead over Mitch Argent. And, of course, Lawrence O'Toole, the Victorian. Glenn Gillam closely behind on 24. Delosa, 22. Steers, Dingle, and Head rounding out the top 8, of course, there.
Now
and then
remember,
we've got a few at the back.
ladies and gents, as well, that 36 is perfect points.
And then Owen, Gurr, Beams and Gurr in the last 4 spots, 9 to 12. So, very interesting. Talk me through the format, which is we're going to go through for the next round.
So, unfortunately, we've just lost Owen, Gurr, Beams, and Daniel Gurr there. They had a great competition yesterday. A number of those guys getting through. But once again, it's our top 8 guys that are rising through. Well, actually, we've got a new one. Matt Gurr has dropped out there. And Brody Dingle has taken over Matt Gurr's spot in that top 8, sorry.
Lee, have you seen a competitor go out and win 3 from 3 at the beginning of an event like this?
I've not seen that in Australia, and I've not seen that at the World Championships either. I think there's been a couple of the European countries where there is a dominant athlete. We might have seen that. But here, the depth in these guys, the depth across the disciplines is just second to none. And Braden Meyer is just showing that he wants this. He's going to come out, go for 6 from 6. To try and take this championships.
So the single buck's coming up. We know that Lawrence O'Toole, Brad Delosa, absolute weapons on the single buck. Run us through Braden Meyer's single buck form.
Braden on the single buck, he can be a bit hit and miss. When he gets that saw moving, he gets his power behind it. He can be up there with the best of them. Last year's championships, what you saw was the dominance of Brad Delosa taken out on the single buck. Lawrence O'Toole took that and he leads he puts his Australian Championship down to winning 2 of his least favourite disciplines, the stock saw and the single buck. So we know he can put a good time in as well.
Is it safe to say that height is an advantage on the old misery whip? Brad Delosa, Lawrence O'Toole, they are not short men. Does that length and that wingspan give them an advantage?
It's hard to say. Everyone has a very different technique when they're up there. You'll see all of these guys running different techniques. Brad Delosa is all about the muscle that he puts into it, the power. Lawrence is really long, lengthy strokes that he puts in, making sure every single chip in that, every single tooth in that saw is dragging a chip out. And then you've got likes of Glenn Gillam, who you'll see go up there, and he's got it in him to break an Australian record in him too. So it's all different techniques. The guys find what works for themselves, and they go up there and they give it absolutely everything.
Fantastic stuff. All right, competition is heating right up. As we know, it always often comes down to the hot saws. This is one of the rare times. One of the rare times where it's going to be a bit closer. But check out the screens, guys.
Garden power tools. They used to be passed down. These days, they're more likely to be thrown down. Well, not in our world. STIHL tools have stood the test of time. German engineered, voted #1 for quality. Better still, they're more affordable than you might think. And they're only at STIHL specialist stores. Find yours online. Better still.
I'm Kieran Ryan, passionate Movember from regional Victoria. I've been participating in Movember for the last 8 years. We started in 2008 as something that was a bit of fun. Movember really got serious for me and my group of friends when we lost 2 friends in a very short space of time to suicide, and that was something that was very hard to understand. I thought here's two mates that are meant to be in the prime of their lives, in their early 20s, and one that had a family. This shouldn't be happening to my group of friends, and it shouldn't be happening to men in general. And that's the reason we're still growing our moustaches today. The conversations that these moustaches start helps change the stigma, especially around men's mental health. It needs to be something that men can talk freely and openly about. I want to see a world where no man is taking his life. This year I'm getting around Move, which is Movember's physical way to participate. I'm going to ride 330 kilometres. I'm going to ride from Melbourne to my hometown in STIHL and see one of our friends' graves who's taken his life. Donate to the Movember Foundation because there's men that are still dying too young in life, and that's something that needs to change.
Kenner Tire makes every job easy, like cutting,
Grinding. Powering. Demolishing. Chopping. Moving. Watering. Digging. Planting. Pumping.
grinding, hanging,
Doing this. Retrieving. Cleaning.
drying,
And flattening. So for the right equipment for every job, from DIY to major projects, head down to Kenner Tire.
Kennards make your job easy.
For a better way to buy garden power tools, go to your local STIHL dealer with spring specials on now. Like $50 off our top-selling trimmers, battery-powered mowers from only $4.99, and battery-powered trimmers and blowers from only $1.79. STIHL tools only from STIHL dealers. There's 600 nationally. Find yours at stihl.com.au. Better still.
Yeah, 600 STIHL dealers Australia-wide. I reckon there's about 599 of them at the bar here. STIHLdealers.com.au to find your closest dealer. They will get you the tool you need. Make sure it is hot and ready to go, and then maintain it so that it will go for years and years. STIHLdealers.com.au. We still got some STIHL dealers with us now, do we? How are we settling in? Which dealership are you guys from? Billawheeler. Beautiful. Who's driving home? The Uber driver. Tell you what, you could get one of these hot sauce and just convert it into a jet ski if you want. That's where they came from. Get that home. There you guys got a stubby cooler, guys? Good job. Love to see our STIHL dealers out here. That's what it's all about. The MS661 chainsaw that you see, the stock saw competition being competed with. You can go and pick yourself up one of those in store. STIHLdealers.com.au. Merch shop is open. Extreme Gear, you can see the label there. And of course, the Junkyard Barbecue is still going. Buffalo Wings. The food van we can't talk about because the first rule of Fish Club is you do not talk about Fish Club. The second rule is you do not talk about Fish Club. Oh, sorry, brother. It's a foam stubby cooler. I'm sure you'll recover. Heads. All right, here we go. Incoming. How far can we get this bad boy up the back? Here we go. Woo! Watch this. Gaz and I, both in our mid-30s. Someone is going to strain some sort of muscle here. Oh, where's the closest hospital? I genuinely feel like I'm going to do my back. All right, bruv, you ready? Oh, it was a dart. It got intercepted, though. Coming up the front here, I'll get you one. I don't want your beer going warm. Oh, that close. Where's my man who needs a stubby cooler? Where is he? Oh, jeez. Here we go, bro. Come on. Oh, no. It's a disaster. We got there. Perfect. What an unbelievable day for STIHL Timbersports as well. I mean, every day is an unbelievable day, but today just happens to be beautiful and warm here at Broadwater Parklands. Yeah, brother. Go the Cowboys. Not the best here for him. That should drown your sorrows. Come here, guys. We've got a couple left.
We're going to need a trainer after that, Dan.
Genuinely pulled one of my lats, I think. Need to
Pulled
stretch.
muscles I didn't even know I had.
Got to stretch before that.
Alrighty, how are we looking for time-wise? Okay, so we got, of course, the single butt coming up next. Looks like we're nearly ready to rock and roll.
Good catch.
So our timing judges just checked back on those times up there. I don't think that was the right leaderboard. They just had a check back.
2 left. 2 wants him. And up the back.
How's the arm going there, Dan?
Arm's okay. I'm definitely going to need...
The obliques, you reckon, are a bit hurting?
Yeah, I'm going to need some therapy. Can I claim that under workers' compo?
Just rub it on the axe here, mate.
So we did check back, as I said, some times, and Jamie Head did beat Cody Steers just by, I think it was about 0.03 of a second. So that has been rectified. That's just hasn't changed too much. Just the running order for this discipline. So just the which stand Jamie and Cody are on.
Okay, alrighty.
Brody Dingle.
Alrighty, so 36-28 equal for second and third for Lawrence O'Toole. So that's obviously going to come down to the actual times there. So Mitch slightly in front. Glenn Gillum, DeLosa leading it out there in fourth and fifth. And then Steers, Head and Dingle rounding it out the top 8. All right, so this is our top 8 for now. Lee.
That is, and we are about ready. As soon as we've got some athletes ready to rock and roll. So we just need Brody Dingle and Jamie Head. Just while we sorted out that timing change, Jamie was thinking he might have been in the next heat, so he's just getting ready out the back there. So coming up, when we take a look at the single bucks personal bests that we've got, heat 1, Brody Dingle up against Jamie Head, 18.71 for Brody Dingle, 15.53 for Jamie Head. And we are ready to go. The guys are good.
All right, looks like we're ready to rock and roll. Get these guys on stage. Going to get the all clear from the deck crew. Looks like we're good to go. All right, let's give a big round of applause. We got the two Queenslanders here. So Gold Coast, please make some noise for Brody Dingle and Jimmy Head, Queensland's very own. Alrighty, so we're looking at obviously the times here. Excuse me, the fastest time of the day, the fastest time of the athletes, better speak, is actually Brad DeLosa. I believe that is the Australian record, Lee.
Yeah, he's got the national record there. But the world record, 9.40, which I believe is by Jason Wynyard, the big New Zealander.
Okay, so very exciting stuff. So as the guys touched on, fastest times 18.71 for Dingle, 15.53 for Jimmy Head. Jimmy Head's going to want to keep nice and competitive there if he's any chance. Yeah.
So the guys just putting in the starting cuts up there, 30 centimetre starting cut, just to get the saw and the teeth set in the wood.
All right, and of course we've got this for auction later on. We've got the athletes signed of our top athletes. Dan and I are holding up here. It is the Chopperoos Guernsey, so we will auction this off a little bit later on. So get your wallets ready and get ready to throw down a few pineapples. All goes to a good cause. I believe the cause is Movember. Is that correct? Fantastic. Movember cause. Grow a mo, save a bro.
The Chopperoo signatures, Gaz and I can confirm we have not signed that. We certainly have not. That would ruin it.
That the value has not been decreased.
No, that's the Chopperoos on there, so we'll auction that one off very shortly.
Alrighty. Looks like we're nearly ready to rock and roll. So what we might do is we'll hand it over to the judges very soon to get this first heat underway. This, of course, is the single buck, and this is heat number 1.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off and soaring there. Nice start by both the boys. Long strokes there by Dingle. He's got 2 years to make up on Timbersports. Jimmy Head working through it nice and steadily. Jimmy is powering through here. This is going to be a fast time. Slight hang up there. Oh! Give a round of applause there. The crew Queenslanders have put in a ripping performance. What do you make of that one, Dan?
Brody Dingle's going to be very happy with that as he shakes hands with the young Dan Gurr who's helping him out, keeping that saw lubricated there. That's going to be a personal best. All looks good to my eye over here, but of course the officials are going to rule on that in a sec.
Lee, it looked like that slight hang up at the end there cost Jimmy Head the maximum points.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit curse of the commentator there. You were saying Jimmy's running through, just about to take it off. A little bit, it must have got a chip just stuck in there. Saw not quite clearing that through and caused him to maybe have a little bit of a jag.
Both cuts were good.
There it is.
Let's grab Brody Dingle here.
Alrighty, Brody's just going to have a quick chat with Dan. Over to you. Thanks, Dan Anstey.
Brody, PB, mate. How you feeling?
I haven't actually seen the time yet, but feeling good after that.
What was it, the official? We got the official time there, guys?
Well, unofficial at 16.55.
Pretty good, mate.
Yeah, mate, that's definitely a PB, and I'm happy with that.
Beautiful. How you loving the Queensland crowd here getting behind you, yeah?
Yeah, no, you can't get a better crowd in a better state. So everyone's bloody having a good time, and it's really lifting everyone. They're all talking about it out the back.
You can't get a better break. Brody Dingle.
And just to make things better, a little bit better for him, that PB has gone down just another 0.14 of a second. So he's actually 16.41 PB for Brody Dingle.
There you go, Brody. 16.41, mate. A new PB for you. Beautiful stuff.
Make sure you do stick around afterwards for the ceremony where all of our guys will be out mixing in with the crowd, getting all those selfies and autographs to make sure you grab those for your collection, for your Instagram and your Facebook.
And of course, for the auction, we're going to be auctioning this off later. for Movember. And, of course, it is the Chopperoos signed jersey by our Chopperoos team. Alrighty, fantastic work here. Okay, what do we got coming up here, Lee and Dan? So, looking at it, we've got Steers and Delosa, of course, on heat number 2.
Check out Delosa's personal best, 14.71.
National record.
Yep. Delosa is the Australian record holder in the single buck.
All right, thumbs up means we're good to go. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Cody Steers and Brad Delosa. Fantastic stuff. Alrighty. Okay, so we got Steers on 1, PB of 15.46. Delosa on 2 with 14.71. That time, ladies and gentlemen of the Sunshine Coast, is of course Gold Coast.
How dare you? It's 2 hours away, you ding dong.
Potato platano. That time, of course, as we touched on, 14.71 is the Australian record. Can he get near that, Dan? We're going to wait and we're going to find out very soon.
Blistering PBs here, both of them. Time to beat, 16.41. Remember that, ladies and gents, 16.41 while you're watching the clock. While it's ticking away, that is the time to beat. Both the personal bests are in under that. Brad's is in the 14-second range. Cody's in the 15-second. Saws are in. Saws are getting placed. Peg and raker system, ladies and gents. The peg does the cutting. The raker brings out what you basically could consider mulch. All right, the saws are turning over. That means we are just about ready to go. We've got the wedges in behind. These saws need to be lubricated. The cookie needs to be separated. It's a precise art. Let's hand it over to the officials to get the second heat of the single buck underway. Steers and Delosa both getting set. Seconds away here in the second heat. Saws being lubricated there for Delosa. Rightio, ladies and gents. Here we go.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off. Both have nice long starts there. Delosa, nice methodical, working through the middle. Cody Steers cutting like a man possessed. But here comes Delosa coming through the middle. This is going to be close. Who's going to take it? Delosa!
14.77 unofficially. That could be enough to set a new Australian record, which currently stands, Lee Gooch, tournament director, at 14.71. And we know these unofficial times do come in.
They could do for sure. I reckon we might have a new record there. Normally take about 0.2 of a second off.
It's 14.
So we'll wait for the official time.
14.71, ladies and gents, is the Australian record.
Give a round of applause, please, for Brad Delosa.
He could have it. He certainly got the fastest time of the day. He might have the fastest time of the nation. Let's see, though, before we get ahead of ourselves, what the officials think about the cuts.
Over to you, Steve Lorenz.
Both cuts were good.
There it is. Let's grab Brad Delosa, guys. We'll keep an ear out for the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you his time is 14.52, which is officially a new Australian record. That's not a bad way to cut. Happy with that?
Yeah, no, it's very good. You know, that record stood for a while, so yeah, great to come out and beat it. But you know, there's a couple other good guys to come, so hopefully it'll stand.
Yeah, the wood was nice there. Nice fluid strokes, no hang-ups. Happy days.
Yeah, no, everything went pretty well. You know, pretty smooth cut. If you don't get a hang up when the wood's a bit soft like that, you got to be careful you don't hang up. And yeah, everything ran smoothly, so really happy.
At any stage, did you think, like obviously you were cutting through, hey, I could get really close here to the Australian record?
No, it doesn't really cross your mind. You know, I just got to go out there and concentrate on the job at hand, as soaring that as smoothly as I can. And if the record comes up, well, it's a bonus.
Well, luckily, I didn't like the last bloke that had the record, but you're a bit better. So congratulations. Well done, mate. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen. Brad Delosa, everybody. That's some of the solid gags you'll hear from me all day, mate.
14.57. Whew. He's going to be furious with himself.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a very good time. So Cody Steers set a PB as well. Unfortunately, we didn't even get to highlight that, but we will now. Cody Steers cut a PB for himself, 15.52. It looks like our next athletes are ready to go. I'll just wait for the all clear from the deck crew, and we'll get them up on stage.
In the meantime, what do we hear it for Cody Steers, ladies and gents, who did set a PB there. He can hear you at the back. 15.32, great time. Brody Dingle's also set a PB, and Brad Delosa as well, setting the national record. Looks like we're almost ready to go in Heat 3. The deck crew getting us all sorted there. We're going to spray the logs. I think we're set, guys.
All right, it looks like we're ready to roll. Let's welcome to the stage, ladies and gentlemen, the two Victorians, Glenn Gillum and Lawrence O'Toole.
Rocking PBs of both in the 15s. In fact, Glenn Gillum's is bang on 15 seconds, and Lawrence O'Toole 15.45. Very competitive times. Going to need to be unbelievably slightly quicker than that. They want to get up over Brad Delosa, but their PBs would see them with a podium finish.
Tune.
Tyson just on fire. Never fails to impress our DJ here.
The nostalgia is just at an all-time high.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so as we said, the PBs of these guys, very, very quick. 15 flat for Gillum, 15.45 for O'Toole. O'Toole loves the big competition. He revels in this. He is the current Australian World and Champions Trophy national winner. So he is in form. He's ready to rock and roll, and he's ready to take some points here, Dan.
No pressure as well. If you're on the maximum points, you just have to break the Australian record.
Yeah, 100%. That's
Braden Meyer's going to be feeling that a little bit, because I guarantee you he would desperately be wanting to go 4 from 4 in these events. So he can do it.
And he's last up, so there's a bit to play for, but he's just got to get the maximum points. It's all going to come down to this. Looks like the deck's pretty much clear. Cameras are ready. Athletes are ready. Over to the judges, Neil Richardson.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off and soaring here. Really good to see. You can actually notice the two techniques here. The higher up stroke play, of course, by Gillum, and then O'Toole with the flatter, longer stroke. Had a little bit of a hang up here, but he's come back beautifully. It looks like Gillum is cutting very quickly here. He wants that time. Oh!
Wow.
14.87. Lawrence just looking to finish off here. He's had a bit of a hang-up. This is going to cost him time. He just wants to finish off. There he goes. Give him a round of applause. Lawrence O'Toole and Glenn Gillum, everybody.
You are kidding. 14.87. That's 0.3 of a second outside the time Brad Delosa just set for the national record. It's a personal best for Glenn Gillum.
Will that come? It's going to be interesting to see how much that will come down. I don't think it'll come down enough to shatter the Australian record, Lee, but it is going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see there. But the thing that was interesting up there, I'm not sure what went on with Lawrence there. Just couldn't get that saw moving. And when these points, they have doubled, we'll go to the judge.
Both cuts were good.
Alrighty.
And when we see these points double between the spaces for there, that's going to cost Lawrence, our current world champion, for sure.
Alrighty, Glenn, that's pretty quick. We'll wait to let's grab a seat, mate. So that's going to, in terms of unofficial, there it is. It's come down 14.61. That's going to put you in second place. Firstly, congratulations. Good cut. You must be happy with that.
I'm stoked. Everything went to plan today. And the most important thing was I had the cook with me on stage, which is The Rock. So it just all fell into place today.
It doesn't matter what I ask you, you're always going to just say whatever you're feeling anyway. So talk me through, obviously, the wood today, a lot softer. You're really noticing that as you're cutting through?
Oh, look, the wood today was incredible. New saw, nice good wood, and it just flowed. And as I said, everything was in place today, and I'm stoked. But, buddy, how's your performance going today? Turn up.
It's rubbish.
We're going to grab off the mic before he goes on too much. Ladies and gentlemen, good to see Glenn Gillum, everybody.
I've got a saw back over here, Glenn, carrying this peanut all day. Glenn Gillum, though, 0.04 of a second outside of the Australian record, which was just set by Brad DeLosa.
Yeah, so that was very, very close. Glenn's been soaring very well. Last championships, he had just a little bit of a hang-up at the end and busted the cookie off, and that cost him some good time. And I think he might have set a national record last time. But, he's put in the hard work again, sorted out his technique, didn't bust the cookie off, and got second place so far.
Alrighty.
Looks like we are good to go. So please welcome up your current leaders, Braden Meyer and Mitch Argent.
Braden Meyer is going to be hungry hippos for the 12 points. He wants to go 4 from 4. Never been done before.
Alrighty, the guys just getting themselves set, ready, rocking and rolling. It's going to be very, very close here. These two boys, again, are quite decent on, of course, the single bucket, the misery whip. They're going to need to put in some really good times. If Braden Meyer can put in a record performance here, get in around that Australian record, he's just going to set himself up really nicely for the Springboard, which he does hold a very good time for.
Yeah, the PBs before this was about 2 seconds outside of Brad DeLosa for Braden and 4 seconds for Mitch. So we're going to find out now, have they been putting the hard yards in on their least favourite discipline? And are they going to come out here and stir up the leaderboard even more?
Time to beat 14.57, ladies and gents, the Australian record. Looks like we are good to go. Over to the officials for the last heat in the single bucket.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off and soaring. Good start by both the guys. Working through the middle section nicely. Meyer's looking good, so is Argent. Argent looks like he's going to take it. Argent takes it. Meyer just closely out there. Nice work, 16.08 down the lead. Very, very good times. Not too shabby as well there, of course, by Braden Meyer, 17.47.
Just outside of Argent's time, but still, they're going to be relatively competitive times. And given the lead that Braden Meyer has amassed in the first 3, let's just check if those cuts were good.
Both cuts were good.
Both are. Braden Meyer, I still think, is going to have a nose out in front of the overall leaderboard. Who are you going to catch up with there, guys? Oh, they both escaped. They've learned your tricks, mate. They're just jumping off the back of the deck like most people would do to avoid you.
Yeah, at this point, you got to get off there and you got to mark up your springboard pole. So no time for interviews now. So the guys off the back see the springboards over here on the side. So we're going to get the deck crew to get those up, and we're going to get after we've seen a leaderboard, we're going to get that Movember shirt.
That's what I'm most excited to see is the little leaderboard.
Yeah, now Braden Meyer is still ahead on the leaderboard, but only by 2 points now, because the points have doubled in these final 3 events. Lee, Braden Meyer, is he the Australian record holder in the Springboard?
Yeah, so
he is the Australian record holder, that's right.
Sorry, boys, to cut you off there. We've got a bit of a replay there. You can see Glenn Gillum and Lawrence O'Toole. Really, really solid time here by Glenn. He really went for it hell for leather, and he got the result. Look at those long, lumbering strokes. He's got a higher grip, of course, on the single buck, and it got him the result today. Lawrence O'Toole, unfortunately, off the pace. Very unlike Lawrence. Just couldn't seem to get the single buck really going in his favour. That is the nature of the competition. And there, of course, is the standings, which show Delosa taking the maximum points, 14.57. Glenn Gillum there, 14. Steers, Argent, and Dingle making up the top 5. And then Head, and then Braden Meyer then slipping it out there. What does that mean for the overall standings? It means that they have made up some big ground on Meyer. So he's slipped down there after all those firsts. He's now come back a little bit, which means Braden Meyer on 40 points, Glenn Gillum on 38 is equal all the way down to 4th place. So you can see there, Argent, Delosa, and Gillum are all in the hunt here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the closest we've ever had in the STIHL Timbersports series at this time of competition.
The points have also doubled, so it's 16 points now for a first place, which means Lawrence O'Toole is not yet out of this either. Down
100%.
in 5th place on 30 points. Also, we didn't mention this at the time, but Glenn Gillum actually broke the previous Australian record in the single buck there as well.
Fantastic
Unfortunately for him, Brad Delosa had broken it just seconds before.
And we're only talking about 0.04 of a second. So very, very quick stuff. Very, very exciting. PBs for Steers, Argent, and Dingle as well.
What a day. What a day it is for STIHL Timbersports. And we're getting down to the pointy end now, guys. We've got the Springboard coming up. Now Braden Meyer's going to be very hungry for a win here.
Alrighty, we'll crank some tunes up for a little bit, have a little bit of break. Yeah, we've got a couple of our fantastic sponsors and crew to show you, so check out the screens.
Ready for any challenge. Battery power, made by STIHL. Only from your local STIHL dealer.
You open your shed to the widest range of the best brands. Fully serviced, ready to go. All right at your fingertips. Plus a few mates to help sort you out. Yep, that's Kennard's Hire.
Kennard's make your job easy.
I'm Tommy Windsor and I'm the captain of the Mobart Mobros. I initially got involved with Movember after a mate of mine came to me about 12 months after my dad passed from suicide, and he said, "Hey Tommy, this looks like a bit of fun. It's a great cause, obviously one close to your heart. Let's have a crack." So the Mobart Mobros started as a motley bunch of young blokes who wanted to support Movember, and we thought the best way we could do that was by making as much noise as we could in Hobart. We've done some pretty crazy things. We've run 200 kilometres across Tasmania in a relay run we call the Tash Dash. We've got a charity cycle every year, the Tour de Mo. This year we're going to be riding through snow and sleet to get down to Mobart. And we also run the world's toughest half marathon every single year, 21 kilometres straight up the hill from Hobart to the top of Mount Wellington. We've got a pretty tough group of individuals down there who really are serious about making a change in men's health. I'd encourage everyone in Australia to support their local Mobro or Mo sister, because we've got a lot of work left to do.
For a better way to buy garden power tools, go to your local STIHL dealer. They'll familiarise you with the tool and can get it ready to go. Better still, they can service it too, so it'll last for years. STIHL tools, only from STIHL dealers. There's 600 nationally. Find yours at stihl.com.au. Better still.
Please do, if you are looking for some garden power tools, visit your local STIHL dealer, the only place where you can buy STIHL. You can, if you're in a rush, you know it's a busy world out there, Gaz, you can click and collect from your local STIHL dealer now as well at stihldealers.com.au. But it's click and collect with a little bit of a difference. Your dealer will contact you, make sure you got the right purchase before you come in and pick that up. And even then when you're in store, you can talk to them, they'll show you how it works. They'll also sort out your servicing schedule as well to make sure it lasts for years and years. Also pick up there all your safety equipment and accessories that you'll need to keep it running. So please visit stihldealers.com.au and you can find your local dealer. We are, of course, giving out the cookies that we've got from the soaring disciplines. $10 donation. We're actually going to say a note donation, $5 for a cookie. No pool room, no shed is complete without one of these. So please come on down to the front of the stage. I think they've got some in the merch tent as well. $5 donation to get your cookie with STIHL and Movember on it. And whilst you're over at the merch tent, please go and have a look over there. We've got some new range in there. We've got some kids' toys as well, but also lots of cool extreme gear. We might just in this little break play a couple of videos. We'll play a little video to see last year's World Championships. So when we go over to the World Championships, we have an individual competition and a team competition. The Chopperoos have been dominant in that for the last 5 years. And last year they reclaimed their title from New Zealand, setting a world record on the way. So let's just check out how that all unfolded over in Liverpool in England.
All right, here we go. This is going to determine who's going on to the final against the United States of America. Will it be Australia or Canada? Glenn Gillam already on the standing block. Sterling, he wants it. Glenn Gillam moving to the other side. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, it's unofficial, but it looks like we have a new world record. That is an amazing time by Australia. It is a good full second faster than the standing world record also held by Australia.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, the USA against Australia. It's going to be an epic battle here as we get into stock saw action. And it looks like it is a slight advantage, ever so slight advantage for Australia as Braden Myers starts to work that wood. Slingerland, though, steps off his log, and that's going to be a big problem for the timing of the USA. Meanwhile, we got Brad DeLoso over on that single bucket. Oh my goodness, the master himself at it, and now Glenn Gillam with that monster axe of his. We might need to name that thing something freakish. Matt Kogar doing his best, but it's not going to happen. And we have a new world champion, Team Australia.
That was the guys winning the World Championships. Give them a round of applause. You're world champions, and shortly we're going to be auctioning off a signed jersey by those five guys up there. We are, of course, selecting the new Chopperoos team here this weekend. The top 3 will automatically get themselves a place in that team, and then there is a selection panel that will choose the final 2 to make sure we've got the best team up there to have the best chance of regaining that gold medal once more. As I mentioned, there was also the individual World Championships. Lawrence O'Toole took that down. He's a little bit behind the points at the moment to be able to get back over there, but I'm sure he's going to be putting everything he can into it. So we might play a little clip just of Lawrence winning over in Liverpool as well.
Over on stand A, from down under, Lawrence O'Toole, he's got the mow and he's ready to go.
Stand to your timber.
Great time by Lawrence O'Toole.
And it looks like we're just about underway here.
couple of big, strong boys here on the underhand chop. Lawrence O'Toole from Australia, Arkadiusz Prozdrek from Poland in red. Wow.
A little bit of a bobble there on the transition.
Wow! The fastest time of the day so far.
And not even breaking a sweat, just another walk in the park for Mr. O'Toole. He came in and he executed. Lawrence O'Toole, a technician, with Robert Emmer up on the board at the same time.
This is it, ladies and gentlemen. The culmination.
Lawrence O'Toole spent a lot of time, invested a lot of money to prepare for this 5 seconds. No pressure.
We have a new world champion, ladies and gentlemen, here in Liverpool. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it your all from Australia, Lawrence O'Toole.
That's right, give him a round of applause. World champion, crowned over in Liverpool, and you've seen he's come back from being on the brink of defeat before, and he'll be looking to do that in the Springboard.
Yep. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be auctioning off. This, of course, is for a fantastic cause for the, of course, the Movember. So we're going to start the auction. This, of course, is the Chopperoos signed jersey by the King. So we love you guys to obviously dig deep. It's going to a great cause, which, of course, is Movember.
That's it. Stop men dying young, and these are the world champion Chopperoos. I mean, we just saw them win the world championships at Tick-A-Go, guys, on the big screen.
And it's always a ripper shirt to have, obviously, in the green and gold. So we're going to start the bidding nice and low at $50. If anyone wants to start at $50, please put your hands up. Here we go, $50 here. Nice work. Let's go up to
75.
75 in the middle there.
Somewhere?
Anyone got $100? They want to throw in $100. Oh, no, you can't put
We got 300, Gaz.
$100.
Gaz, we got 300 over here, the man in the red.
Jeebus. All right, 300 over here. This is going to take some betting. 400 here over in the public bar. I feel the bids are going to come over this small side. We're going to go 450. Do I see 450 on this side?
We've got a girl down here who's very happy. She doesn't have to crack open the Dolomite account. $400 over here.
We're going at, so we're sitting on 400 here. First bid, 400 here, of course, in the still bar. Does anyone want to go 450? 450. I'm looking over here. I'm scanning over here, looking for 450 here in the, I'm not sure what you're doing. Are you pointing at your 450 in the front here?
450.
450. Do I see 500?
It's great value as well. I mean, look how much fabric you get. You and I could fit in there. So it's really good value.
It's a dress. So we've got 450 in the front here. 450. Do I see 500 here? Come on, someone. 500 here. Fantastic work. 500. Do I see 550? The bet is with you, sir. Bet is with you.
You know what?
500.
We'll take 10s. We'll take 510. We'll go up in 10s from here. Don't scratch your ear right now, sir. Terrible time to be doing that.
We'll go at 510. Does anyone have 510? We're looking at it. First bid here over at 500. 510 here in the middle here. 550. I'm looking at you.
520.
520. 520 over in the middle there. That is with you.
She's out.
You're all out. All out. So 520. We're looking over here. Anyone want to go at 520? It's with you, sir, at first call. 520 at second call. And sold, ladies and gentlemen. Give a big round of applause.
Good man.
$520, which will be going to a fantastic charity foundation, of course, in Movember.
Very happy little girl down here, and an even happier dad that didn't have to crack open the wallet.
Alrighty, we'll get Lee to go see you there. We'll get you the Guernsey. Congratulations. And feel free
know,
to chuck it on.
good.
What an excellent human being you are, sir. Well done. Great. This will look excellent in the man cave. And $520 there for a fantastic charity.
I've got another shirt out the back as well from Liverpool. Maybe we can get that signed. Would you like one as well? We go two, so we raised just over $1,000.
There we go,
for the
fantastic.
Two. That is great stuff. We'll make sure we get another one signed up there. All the money we can.
If anyone wants to auction off
Movember
their houses,
Foundation
Dan and I will happy to auction off your houses later on this afternoon. All right, nice work, guys. We're going to get things fired up very soon. Of course, we are going up to, this is probably my favorite, the Springboard is action-packed. There is climbing, there is cutting, and there is going to be excitement left, right, and center. So, ladies and gentlemen, in a few minutes' time, we're going to fire up the Springboard.
In the shop, we're going to see Charles.
No, wait and do my photos first.
I know who you are. There you go. Thanks for that.
How good's that, guys? Cheeky $1,000 just over for Movember. Everyone's having a great day out here. I reckon there's a few still dealers who might put $1,000 over the bar as well. They are having fun in there.
Absolutely.
600 still dealers nationwide, and they formed an orderly queue of about 598 of them going back to the bar waiting for
They're
Coronas.
here for an important cause, which is drinking frothies on a Saturday watching STIHL Timbersports.
That's absolutely it. They are experts at what they do, though. You want to grab maybe an MS661 chainsaw that we see the stock saw getting competed with. Talk to one of your still dealers. They can hook you up, service it, make sure it runs for years. Stilldealers.com.au is where you want to be going to get yourself connected with your local still dealer, who is probably only meters away from you on this beautiful Saturday afternoon / evening here at Broadwater Parklands and Southport, the Gold Coast.
Now, we've got both the athletes on stage, so I think it might be nearly time to introduce them. Of course, we probably need a few minutes for the guys to get everything ready and rock and rolling. Do we have a bit of a video so we can check out the Springboard? Maybe the best thing to do. So, if you want to turn your attention to the screens, we've got a bit of a video to show you what the Springboard is all about.
The Springboard imitates an old lumberjack technique to overcome hard rootwood. The athletes cut 2 pockets in a vertical log 2.7 metres high. With the help of the Springboard, they climb to the top and cut through a 27 centimetre diameter log from both sides. There it is. This is what, for me, STIHL Timbersports is all about. The Springboard. It is just so unbelievable to see these guys that high in the air, wielding those axes on boards that they have cut into position themselves.
It's unbelievable. It's the original tree felling that you see at the Sydney Melbourne show. The Gurr family are probably some of the best in the world at it. Looks like we are ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, can you please give a big round of applause for Brodie Dingle and Jamie Head, the 2 Queenslanders.
So what you're going to see is preferably a 2-pocket cut. First plank in, 2-pocket, and then again, and then up, and then it's basically a standing block.
Yeah, 2 to 4 is realistic. If they get 2, that's best case scenario. Often 4 is more likely, but we'll have to wait and see. It is softer wood, so 2 is very, very likely. These axes are razor sharp, so anything's possible. Over to the judges. Here we go.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
And it's Head that gets to the wood first. 2, and it looks like 4 hits on the first pocket. Board loaded. Now, it's really important, guys, that you get a nice sort of about 45-degree angle. You don't want to get it sagging too much at 180 because then you do lose your power and a little bit of precision. Head is got up nice and tight there. He's, of course, got a nice angle. He's up to the top. A little bit of a stick on the axe, but looking quite solid there, guys. Yeah, you can see that Dingles is starting to lag a little bit. That will lose him a bit of power.
Yeah, Jimmy's got a great set board up there. Really attacking that block. A few more hits on the far side of his wood there just to clear that out. And he'll be looking to switch over to the other side.
He's really put a lot of work in the front side. I'm not expecting too many hits at the back there. You can see, look at that.
Oh, great time for Jimmy Head there. 48.64. He's in the money on that. And also great time there for Brodie Dingle.
All right, now what's interesting to note there, Jimmy Head is pretty much bang on his PB. His PB was 48.17. He's coming in around the 48.60 mark. So if that comes down a little bit, we could be in and around the PB mark. You can't ask for better than that.
Given these longer times on these events too, they do come down a little bit more than you would expect compared to the other events. So we are in PB territory here for Jamie Head. Brody Dingle going to be very happy as well. That'll be a PB for him. Sub-minute.
Yep. So 1:06.62 is his time. Just waiting for his time. We're going to hand it over to the judges for the official decision on this heat number 1.
Both cuts were good.
Oh, there we go. Steve Lorenz with the good news. We might grab Jimmy Head there.
How you feeling, Jamie? How did that go, mate?
Oh, I know. I keep whinging about it, but I didn't have a very good log there. I felt like I got up there pretty well, but again, a few knots just held me up. Was actually pretty good wood, but you know, probably would have liked to cut that a little bit faster. I need to gain up some points to get into the hot saw, but I think I might be in trouble.
It all does come down to that hot saw inevitably, doesn't it, as well, mate? Are you looking forward to that round?
Yeah, as long as I get there, you know, this format gives you a chance as long as you get there, so hopefully that'll be good enough.
We've got a confirmation on Jamie's final time there, guys.
Still waiting for it.
Still
Jimmy.
waiting. It could be a PB though, mate, so fingers crossed for that. On you, Jamie.
Scotty at the front there, do you want to give the time, official time?
52.
Yeah, was
48.31. Is that a PB?
48.31 is not a PB. It's just outside, I believe. Yeah, just like literally about 17 seconds worth. 16. Very, very good though.
0.14 outside his PB. Very close. Given he said that he didn't get the start that he wanted, and also the wood felt a bit harder than he was expecting. That's very impressive to come that close to his PB.
Absolutely. It is impressive just watching, obviously, these guys just climbing up these trees. I feel like I'm in medieval Tasmania.
Well, the way the Gers cut this previous years, you'd think they chopped their way to the airport.
All right, we're ready to go. Let's get these next competitors underway. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Cody Steers and Brad DeLosa. Alrighty. All right, the guys just getting themselves in position, ready, rocking and rolling here. So you've got DeLosa closest to the crowd, and of course Steers in the yellow at the back here. So as I said, we're going to be looking for those 2 to 4 hit pockets. Going to be interested to see if the guys can get them nice and quickly. Looks like we're pretty much ready to go. We'll hand it over to the judges to get this heat 2 underway.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go.
And they're off and chopping. Nice hit pockets there by the guys. They're going to look to have those 4s as we spoke about. Nice angle there by DeLosa, who's first up onto his second pocket, but Steers is well and truly on his hammer. They're going to look to get another 4 there by the guys. It's looking nice and solid there. DeLosa getting up to the top. Steers is right behind him. This one is going to go down to the wire. Bit of sag there, as you can see on DeLosa's one. That's going to cost him a little bit. Let's wait to see. Steers now up to the top as well. Putting a lot of work in the front side before they flip onto the back.
You can just see there, you know, that sagging board of Brad's there, just meaning he's having to put a lot of weight on the front foot, which is not what you want when you're up there on the springboard, just to keep his balance as it's sagging down. But Cody's is looking looking a little bit better over there as he works his way through the front side. Brad coming in here, trying to keep it under that minute time to stay within some points.
There it is. 59 for Brad. He won't be happy with that. Alrighty, and there's Cody as well, 104.42. Alrighty, interesting to see there, Lee and Dan. Both guys, I don't think will be happy with those times.
Yeah, I don't think Brad's going to be happy with that. You know, he went for the 4 hits on the top board there. Probably could have taken another one at least, or maybe 2, just to set that board right, and would have saved him possibly 6 or 7 hits on the front of that lock with just an extra bit of power.
So that puts the guys unofficially to 3rd and 4th. So Jimmy Head still with the fastest time considerably. So that was actually 11 seconds faster than the guys just then. So bit of work to do by the guys. Some really good guys coming up. Lawrence O'Toole is fantastic. His PB is considerably faster than this by about 3 seconds. Over to the judges for the official decision in this heat number 2.
Both cuts were good.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Cody and Brad there. Times in the book. Won't be happy with either of those, but that is the nature of the beast. That is competition. That is STIHL Timbersports. All right, so we're going to have a bit of time here, of course, between getting these boards ready and rock and rolling. The Springboard is probably the most laboursome, if you will, Dan, between competition.
It is really a classic STIHL Timbersports event, though. It's exactly how trees used to be felled prior to the invention of chainsaws.
All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen, the standing of the Springboard results after heat number 2. Jimmy Head with the maximum points there, 48.31. Brody Dingle, 52.77. And then Delosa and Steers rounding out the 3 and 4. But with those times, it's fair to say they may find themselves slipping down the leaderboard, of course, because their times aren't going to be matching up comparatively. If we look at coming up next to the PB times for Gillum and O'Toole, Gillum's with 50.51. He's going to have to really be looking to break a PB if he's going to be wanting getting points here. And Lawrence O'Toole just needs to be in and around his PB to get the maximum points.
Yeah, this is going to be very interesting, Gaz. The Lows are at the top of the leaderboard at the moment with 50 points.
Braden Meyer yet to compete there. Unbelievable time he has got so far today, 58 seconds. Glenn Gillum as well, though, 59. Total combined aggregate time.
Interesting.
Double points from here on out. So it'll be 16 for the winner. And Braden Meyer is the Australian record holder for the Springboard.
By 0.01 of a second.
Over Brad Delosa. Who's had his day, and that's what we were saying. He won't be particularly happy with that cut. 13 seconds outside of his PB.
Outrageous. Well, these guys are getting these up lightning quick. Alrighty, so and then of course Argent and Meyer at the end there with PBs in around the 48 and 45 second mark. So it's going to be really interesting to see, obviously going in through the competition here. If the guys can get around their PBs, they're going to get the maximum points. See some bloke got his hand on his back. All the lyrics to the song in his back. Is it Jack Raywell? Such a flog, Raywell, isn't he? Is he? I don't know. Is he a flog? Yeah. Rates himself very high.
We should give fucking Dusty Martin half his salary because that's where his goals are coming from.
Alright, you can see a replay there of Steers and Delosa early on. And then, of course, Delosa and Argent in the underhand chop here. It's been fantastic level of competition today. Who is going to be crowned the STIHL Timbersports Australian Men's Champion? We're going to find out very, very soon. Make sure you guys are grabbing some food. Nearly dinner time, so make sure you're grabbing some food from one of our incredible food vendors. The bar is, of course, open. And then, of course, we've got the Extreme Gear official merchandise. So make sure you guys see the guys there The ice cream has probably been the busiest man today. He's had a line all day. Or her. Could be a her.
What's the joint next to the ice cream there, Gaz?
We don't talk about that, mate.
You're not allowed to speak about Fish Club. That's
No.
the first and second rules.
First
What's
rule
the
of Fish
third
Club.
rule of Fish Club?
I feel like the owners of Fish Club are probably over that gag by now.
Yeah, well, they'll have to deal with it.
Alrighty, fantastic stuff. Looks like we're pretty much nearly ready to rock and roll. We're just getting the last, of course, of the back of the Springboard logs in place. How many logs they got? They got their leads. Is it 3? They've got all stacked up one after another, and the last one's shaved right down. The top logs, it looks like they had a barber cut, if you will.
Yeah, so they're full tree poles coming out from the base there. And then just to speed things up, and obviously not use as much wood, we then screw the top block on the top. So it means we don't have to change that big pole each time.
Gotcha. And how are they holding? So they just hold it together with screws, is that correct?
Yeah, they're driving a few screws down from the top there. Each of the athletes likes to put their block slightly different position. They've all assessed the wood earlier on. You know, when the wood's stored, or even when it's actually grown. You know, it might have grown on one side of the hill where the wind might be coming in, the cold and the snow might be coming in. So they can assess those blocks, check the bark from the top. You know, stick the axe in just in the top a little bit, work out where they think the soft part of the wood is going to be, and that's obviously where they're going to want to put their axe hits into.
Fantastic.
What will be done by? 5:45, you reckon? Yeah.
My flight's at 7, so need half an hour for.
If you're, if you're in the car, it's like I reckon if you're in the car at 6, you'll get there. You'll get to Cooley at 6:30, and just check in, right?
Yeah. Oh, not yet, but I will. Yeah.
Check it now. Just book your car at 10 to 6.
Yeah. Well, I might do it earlier.
Go book it at 5:45, and when it rocks up, get in it. Yeah. It'll get here at 10 to 6. The Cretans cloning and feeding.
Okay.
Been a good day, Lee. I like the new format, man.
Yeah.
I like the narrowing down. It's cool.
Well, you couldn't ask for closer time.
And the juggling and the order of events has worked out real well.
Just had word that we are nearing on $2,000 raised for Movember today, everybody. Big round of applause for everyone. $2,000 raised, but there is still time. There are some donation buckets in the Extreme Gear merchandise tent, so if you've got any coins rolling around in your pocket, please do put them into the bucket over there in the merch tent. We might get someone walking around with one in a sec, because every dollar, every cent helps a great cause.
Dan and I will have a kissing booth set up over at the end there for later on, just for the extra 45 cents or so that you need to raise.
Is that where people pay to watch us kiss?
don't we make
$100 right here, sir.
No, there won't be much money for that, especially in North Queensland.
More tongue. 150.
All right, looks like we're ready to rock and roll. So it's going to be time to get our athletes onto stage. So please make some noise, ladies and gentlemen, for the two Victorians, Glenn Gillum and Lawrence O'Toole.
Everybody's coming to get me. It's a fucking the high school anthem of mine.
Yes, we've heard today.
Flagpole sit
Oh, that's not good. JQO. Oh, maybe it's 0. My bad. My bad. Alrighty, we're underway.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off and chopping. The two Victorians. Looks like they put a few extra in the bottom there just to really get that angle going.
Look at them, just neck and neck, both up at the same
They're
time.
both four hit bottom pockets, which is a brave move for these big guys. They are relying on the accuracy of those hits to make sure that they have got those boards set. Glenn going for 6 pockets, which is sensible there. Lawrence has got a lovely board set. All that chip is just going to cost him a little bit of time. Needed to clear it out the way with the back of the axe. But he is absolutely unleashing on that block. Coming through nicely. Glenn now, and we've just seen how good he is on the standing block. Similar kind of technique. Lawrence O'Toole there.
Oh,
there it is.
43. Give a round of applause.
Great time there from Lawrence O'Toole.
That could be a national record. If I can read properly. That could be a national record. 43.14. Now, of course, Glenn Gillam's still looking to have a good time here. There it is. 1 minute. Give him a round of applause.
178. Looks like we do have a new national record there for Lawrence. We said before, you know, he's been down and out in the competition, and he's come back, and he's just set a marker out there for sure.
If this cut is good, and it looks good, we're about to get the confirmation in a sec. That's 2 seconds in front of Braden Meyer's national record, which previously stood at 45.17. 43.14 will come down slightly as well, you think, Gaz?
Alrighty, we're going to hand it over to the judges just to make sure that both cuts are good, and then Dan's going to grab our winner for this heat, Lawrence O'Toole.
Both cuts were good.
Alrighty, nice work there. Alrighty, Dan's going to grab and have a quick chat with Lawrence after his very, very quick performance, and we're going to confirm that it could be an Australian record.
Well, certainly an Australian record. It's just a matter of what the exact numbers are going to be, Lawrence. That must feel good, mate.
Yeah, it was a pretty good run there. I sort of had a couple of little hiccups, but overall, I was pretty happy.
When you know you're going that quick, is there a temptation to overthink things, or do you just block it out of your mind and just power on through, knowing that the record's within your grasp?
I'm not really too worried about records, but it's always nice to break it. I mean, I'm sure if I could do it again, I'll probably go a lot better as well. So I'm just trying to get it done as good as I can and not make too many mistakes.
Certainly did that, Lawrence.
42, ladies and gentlemen.
There
that is
it
a
is.
new Australian record. Give a round of applause, Lawrence O'Toole.
Outstanding stuff.
42.55, Dan. 42.55, sorry. Is the new official Australian record.
Look at
Wang
that.
Band, thank you, ma'am.
Cool as a cucumber, Lawrence O'Toole. That is the way to do it, I would say. Don't concentrate on those records. Just concentrate on going as quick as you can.
100%. Okay, looks like we're nearly ready to rock and roll to get our final heat underway. Let's give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Mitch Argent and Braden Meyer.
So there are the times so far. 42.55, new Aussie record. Jamie Head sitting nicely there at the moment with those points. So he should make it through into the hot saw. Brody Dingle, I think, may still drop out, not quite picking up enough points. We go to the leaderboard so far just to see where we're sitting with 2 guys left to go. So Brad Delosa creeps up to the top at the moment. Lawrence O'Toole in the mix, Glenn Gillum on 46, but Braden Meyer, Mitch Argent, the two that were in the lead before this, are about to go.
Braden Meyer going to be very hungry to keep up that form into the competition. He had 3 wins. Mitch Argent as well. He's going to want to put on a great show here. We could be looking at the Australian record getting broken again. Let's hand it over to the officials to get this final heat in the Springboard underway.
Athletes ready.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
And they're off and chopping. 2, 3, 4 hit pockets. It's Meyer in first, nice and quick, up to the second one. He's going to want to get a nice angle, of course, on this second one because it all comes down to that top pocket. And, of course, getting in there, really solid by Meyer. But Argent is on his hammer. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Braden Meyer, make some noise for Braden Meyer and Mitch Argent. They're going to look to put in a big time here. Can they get the Australian record, Lee? Let's see.
Yeah, there's a good board there by Braden. Just took a couple of extra hits.
Off some big wood. Look at that wood go. It's going to get close here.
Come on. Get behind him, ladies
Onto
and
the
gents.
backside.
Here he comes.
Oh!
He's done it. He's done it.
Bang, 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 bang. 48.39 is no slouch effort either.
On
Wow.
fire today. There it is.
There it is. Give him a round of applause.
Chopping like a man possessed, Braden Meyer.
That Australian record lasted for about 2 minutes.
Wow.
That is incredible stuff, Dan. Make sure you grab the winner there to have a chat because he must be absolutely pumped.
Both of these boys should be pumped with that performance. How does that compare to Mitch Argent's PB, guys? 48.39.
That is a PB.
There you go. So, round of applause for Mitch. Let's see how the cuts are.
Over to you, Steve Lorenz.
Both cuts were good.
He had us going for a sec there. That's a PB and a new Australian record. I mean, you couldn't just let him have it for a day. 2 minutes was enough, was it? You needed to get it back.
That's it. I pretty hungry, so I want to get this win and move on to Europe if I can.
You are very hungry. What did you do last night or this morning? How much sleep did you get? Because you are cutting like a man absolutely possessed today.
To be honest, the bloke I'm staying with, Daryl, we actually had 2 six-packs between us, so a few beers, and I said to him, that's enough for me because I've got to go to bed.
Breakfast of Champions, smash it a 6-pack and you'll get it done as well. Beautiful stuff.
Braden Meyer, ladies and gentlemen, make some noise.
How good is that? He has won 4 of the 5 events so far today, guys. And when we get that overall leaderboard up, you'll just see how far those 6 beers have propelled Braden Meyer. I should have asked you what brand they were. What are they, a lager and IPA?
Mate, it's very interesting to see here. This is going to put the leaderboard. We're going to wait to get the leaderboard up on the screen. Of course, we'll get the results for the Springboard up first. So stay tuned for that. And then, of course, we'll go into the standings going into the final league competition. Do not go anywhere because it's all going to come down once again to the hot sauce. So 2 national records there were broken. There it is, the standings. Braden Meyer with an incredible 41.80 national record. Lawrence O'Toole broke the record, but not for very long, 42.55. And then, of course, Mitch Argent with a PB, 48. Just outside of that was Jimmy Head, 48.31. And then Dingle, Delosa, Gillam, and Steers just off the pace there. So they are your standings. These are the overall standings. And it shows, wow, look at that. Braden Meyer leads 56 points. Going into the last lot of competition, Mitch Argent on 50, and O'Toole and Delosa neck and neck on 44, Gillam on 42, and then Head, Dingle, and Steers round out the final 6 to 8. It's going to all come down to the hot saw. How many points are going to be up for grabs? We'll let you know very, very soon. But they're all going to need to put in really good times here. Braden's going to need to finish off here if he wants to become the Australian champion once again.
Garden power tools. They used to be passed down. These days, they're more likely to be thrown down. Well, not in our world. STIHL tools have stood the test of time. German engineered, voted #1 for quality. Better still, they're more affordable than you might think. And they're only at STIHL specialist stores. Find yours online. Better still.
Kenau Tire makes every job easy, like cutting,
Grinding. Powering. Demolishing. Chopping. Moving. Watering. Digging. Planting. Pumping. Grinding.
hanging,
Doing this. Retrieving. Cleaning. Drying. And flattening. So for the right equipment for every job, from DIY to major projects, head down to Kenau Tire.
Kenau's make your job easy.
I'm Kieran Ryan, passionate Mobro from regional Victoria. I've been participating in Movember for the last 8 years. We started in 2008 as something that was a bit of fun. Movember really got serious for me and my group of friends when we lost 2 friends in a very short space of time to suicide, and that was something that was very hard to understand. I thought here's two mates that are meant to be in the prime of their lives, in their early 20s, and one that had a family. This shouldn't be happening to my group of friends, and it shouldn't be happening to men in general. And that's the reason we're still growing our moustaches today. The conversations that these moustaches start helps change the stigma, especially around men's mental health. It needs to be something that men can talk freely and openly about. I want to see a world where no man is taking his life. This year I'm getting around Move, which is Movember's physical way to participate. I'm going to ride 330 kilometres. I'm going to ride from Melbourne to my hometown in Stawell and see one of our friends' graves who's taken his life. Donate to the Movember Foundation because there's men that are still dying too young in life, and that's something that needs to change.
Alrighty, we've got a couple more items that we're going to auction off.
For a better way to buy garden power tools,
just after this
go
ad.
to your local STIHL dealer with spring specials on now. Like $50 off our top-selling trimmers, battery-powered mowers from only $4.99, and battery-powered trimmers and blowers from only $1.79. STIHL tools only from STIHL dealers. There's 600 nationally. Find yours at stihl.com.au. Better still.
Rightio. Lee, it's a fire sale, mate. Everything must go, go, go for Movember.
That's right. We've got 2 items here now that we're going to auction off at 2 ends of the spectrum. We've got a surfboard custom made by Hal Emery in the shops. You're going to see that surfboard for about $800 if it was not with obviously the Timbersports decal. So that is going to be the reserve that we've got on this board. If there's any surfers out there that want to get this custom surfboard, that is where we're starting off at. You can start off the auction.
One of a kind piece this is from Hal Emery. We got any surfers in the crowd? Anyone in need of a new surfboard? Up the back, good sir. We're going to start it at $800. Happy with that? Good man. Legendary effort. He's happy. Okay, $800 there. Do I hear 900? I'll take increments of 50 if I have to. I'll go down to 850. If anybody wants this one of a kind, we are going to get it signed. If you would like, by the Chopperoos.
We got one down here, 850.
850. Back on you, sir. 900. The best board in the house, this bad boy. We've seen the Springboard. This is the STIHL surfboard, one of a kind piece. It's with my friend down here. It's going once at 850.
It's an Emery board as well, it looks like, which are very good boards.
Hal Emery.
Looks like that's where we're going to stop at. We're going 850.
850. Anybody else? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to grab this board. 850. Going twice over here. My very generous friend up the front. And, of course, all these funds are going to Movember. Do I have 900? Anywhere. Going 3 times.
We got one here down in the middle here.
Whoa.
1,000.
Oh, one right in the middle.
We got 1,000.
1,000. Good man.
He definitely looks like he surfs, doesn't he?
He looks like he's
only
tackled a wave or two.
He's come out of the water just to watch this. He's going straight back in afterwards. Great work, my man.
We go 1-1.
1-1.
1-1. Here
Champion
he goes.
effort. Back to you, my friend. 1-2. It's with you.
What size is the board? Looks like what is it? 6'6"?
That'd be 6 foot, I reckon, or just slightly.
Yeah.
We're going once. A 1-1.
6 foot, I swear.
We're going twice.
6 foot in heels.
1-2. We got 1-2.
$1,200.
Buying a house against this guy. He leaves it late, doesn't he?
Yeah. So it's $1,200 over here, is it, Lee? Our surfer friend.
We got 1,300.
I see hot sauce warm up behind us.
1,300. Looks like we got it. 1,300. Joey Edwards over there. One of our still dealers has taken this down. That's going to be in his showroom.
Do you want it in the showroom in the workshop, do you? All right, brother. So what are we at? What's the bidding at over here, Lee?
1,300 and it's sold.
That's sold.
Sold for 1,300.
You're a bit behind
Get
there.
off the stage, Dan.
Well, the bloody hot sauce warming up. I can't hear anything.
I think the hot sauce were telling you to hurry up. All right, congratulations there. Fantastic work, guys. We're obviously raising money for a fantastic cause. We've got another item. I'm not sure what it is, but it's going to be up for sale. What have we got there, Lee?
At the other end of the spectrum from a surfboard, we've got here a blue gum burl that has been cut out and has been varnished up by one of our deck crew. Now, you might think it's a bit of a random item here. I don't think you're going to be able to lift that down. It's pretty heavy. But one of the guys on the deck crew has suffered from post-traumatic stress and mental health issues. And he heard we were going to do some auctions, and this is what he does back at home. And he wanted to make something that we can hopefully donate off. So it's a lovely blue gum burl, all varnished up. We'll make a lovely little bowl there for you.
Beautiful centerpiece. I can imagine that in the middle of your living room there. Outstanding piece. What do we want to start the bidding off at, Lee?
Couple of $100, I reckon. Start it off then. Fire it up.
Start it off there, Dan.
What do you reckon? 250. What do you put it? What's your bid, sir? $200. $200 over here.
Off and running.
$200 over there from Junkyard Barbecue.
Lovely little centerpiece there, ladies and gents. It's going to look great in your home. It could be yours for the low price right now of $250. We will take bidding in increments of $50. Given the backstory of this, excellent work, sir. $250. Great.
We got $250 down here.
Then it's
$250.
going to a charity that is all about stopping men dying young. $300 over here. Do we hear 300? 300.
The man from the Junkyard Barbecue. He's busy putting something up on his roof over there. We're going to go 300.
300 is the next bid. 300 over here, ma'am. Thank you very much.
There we go. Nice work. 300 over in the back.
350 would be the next bid. Logically, anybody want to put in 350 on this beautiful custom piece
350
here?
in the front here.
David Rumer, rookie champion, is spending his prize money today.
350. Back over to you, ma'am. If you'd like to put in a bid for 400, you just throw that hand up and I will make it a done deal for you.
So we're sitting at 350, I believe. 350.
350 is the bid right now, guys. Before the hot saw fires up and deafens us all again.
We're going 500. 400.
400.
350.
400. Good try, guys.
400. We got 400 over here. 400.
Was that you, Lee? Was that you, Lee, up in the bid, was it?
All right, hands are up there. Hands are up in the middle there, it looks like.
450?
450.
450. Too late now. Go to the ATM. No, 400 up here. This
400.
wonderful woman up here. 400 is the bid.
First goal.
450. I'm worried giving this to one of our rookie world champions that he's going to use it for practice. You promise you're not going to...
400,
okay.
First goal.
Going once. Going twice. 500.
410.
410. 410. Back to you, ma'am. Can we hear 420? We've got to wrap this up before someone cuts us in half of the hot saw. 420, ma'am. Will you call it 420?
First goal.
420. 420. We've got 420 up here. It's back to you, sir. Going once. 420 for the woman over here. Going twice. So, to the lady at the back, well
Big
done,
round of
man.
applause,
Thank you
ladies and
very much. $420 to the Movember Foundation, which is all about stopping men dying young. And what a wonderful piece this is, designed by one of our deck crew who's going through a few issues himself. So a beautiful backstory and a beautiful charity.
All right, we are good to go.
Do you want to hand with that down, or?
Yeah, I'm going to, before someone gets a hot saw out here, can we move this beautiful installation?
There we go. I'll just sit in the top. Oop.
No F45 for you this week, Lee. That was your
Absolutely
workout,
not.
brother.
Look at that.
All right, if you'd like
That's
to
a
come
fancy
over
fruit
to
bowl.
the merch tent and pay the money to the guys in the merch tent, we'll get that all sorted for you.
All righty, we're ready to rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your first competitor in the hot saw. It is Jamie Head, everybody. All right, now, guys, this is just a quick little safety announcement. All you kids in the front, can you please block your ears? If you do have any hearing issues, please move to the back. These hot saws are incredibly loud. They are jet ski engines, and they're very loud. So if you do have any hearing issues, please go to the back. And please, everyone else, please cover your ears. Thank you. I think we're good to go, Dad.
What?
Alrighty, we're going to just getting the deck clear, and then we're going to hand it over to Neil Richardson.
We are not kidding about the noise here, ladies and gents. So definitely do advise you put your fingers in your ears. These things get incredibly loud. Okay, everybody seems happy. To the officials now to get the first heat of the hot saw underway.
Warm up your saw.
Alrighty, so they'll just get everything in position, obviously get it all set up there, and then they'll just check all the valves and all the various components of the hot saw.
It looks like he's
30 seconds.
30 seconds to get ready.
Tension mounts.
Starter cord is on. Here we go.
Athlete ready?
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Whoa,
just like that.
What a time, 6:14. That is impressive
Whoa.
stuff.
Jimmy Head's just gone putt. Hey!
He's a happy boy. Yeah, Jimmy Head. That's what you love to see.
All right, it's time for us to quickly scamper through to look at what the records are.
Jimmy Head set himself a PB there for sure. Those cookies look great. We're going to get the official ruling on that, but his PB previously was 7.46. He's coming under a second. That's why he's so stoked. The great man.
The Australian record is held by Brad DeLosa is 6.03. So we're going to wait to get the official decision. But we'll make sure that both the cuts are good firstly. Over to you, Steve Lorenz.
Jamie's cut was good.
Oh, there it is. Good work, Jamie.
Alrighty, once Jimmy's finished, I'll have a quick chat with him. Alrighty, Jimmy Head, what a way to finish competition, mate. Time of 6.08, so 0.05 outside the Australian record. Must be happy with that.
Yeah, that's right. Those that are close to me know that, you know, that's really important to me. So I copped a lot of stick with that saw, so I'm just a bit emotional.
That's all good, mate.
They proved to everybody that I could do it.
Mate, congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimmy Head, everyone. Nice work. Make some noise for the Queenslander, ladies and gentlemen. All right. It just shows you guys how much it means to these competitors. They really put their heart and soul into this competition. There is so many things that go into it in terms of the preparation, getting these hot saws, getting these hot saws up to standard. And he's just showed you there why his hot saw is one of the best in the world. Time of course, we've gone through that. That is a very, very fast time. Ladies and gentlemen, 6.08 is the official time. Give applause one more time, ladies and gentlemen. Jimmy Head has just set a personal best.
Only a few split seconds outside of the Australian record, which is currently held by Brad DeLosa, 6.03. Do the math on that, guys. That is 2 seconds per cookie. 2 seconds to cut through a log of wood.
Bump.
Unreal stuff.
And it's obviously there's the time it takes to pick it up to get to the top, which
less
is
than 2 seconds per cookie. Unreal stuff. Yeah, man.
Alrighty, it looks like we're getting our next competitor ready to go. Ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise. One of the biggest personalities in the STIHL Timbersports series. Make some noise for Glenn Gillum, everybody.
Warm up your saw.
It works.
"30 seconds. Athlete ready?
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Whoa, that's quick.
Glenn's going to be happy with that. Where's that rate in comparison to his PB?
His PB was
there you go.
smashed his PB by, if I've got this unofficial cut, smashed it by about 2 seconds.
There's a very skinny last disc there, so the judges just checking that.
Unofficial time, of course.
Glenn's cut was good.
He'll do that.
How savage is that?
He will do that.
Steve Lawrence. No chill.
Glenn doesn't fall for those tricks anymore, though.
6.93 is the official time, Dan.
The G unit. How's it feel to close out the day with a PB, my man?
Stoked. Happy to get 3 discs on the ground, whatever happens from here on. Hey, we got to the last round and look forward to next year.
Those frothies will wait, no doubt, mate. You're going to hang around for a while and have a few beers for some of the adoring fans that have come out to see you.
I'll shatter your world, bud. You can have all my beer. I just drink lemonade.
There you go. Lemonades all around. Glenn Gillum, champion of the sport, finishing off the day with a PB.
There we go, some very fast times there. We're going to need a time in the 5 seconds in that territory, I reckon, to take this out today. A territory we've never been before in Australia, so 6.03 is the national record. We might check and see how that makes things stand on the leaderboard. We might get Glenn over to sit in the hot seat, because if we get DQs across the board, Glenn is still in with a chance of winning this. So we get Glenn over to stand with the commentary team over here. He is in the hot seat as it stands with 4 guys left to run.
Come on, lads. There he is. Righto.
There you go. Nice cut.
Yeah.
Talk us through, Glenn, just a replay. First disc, that last one very thin.
Like melee, rather thin, streamlined, but at the end of the day, it was good enough to get the cut over the line.
Excellent stuff. Do you think that we're going to maybe see some times in around the 5 seconds today, or do you think Jimmy's time there is going to stand at the top?
Jimmy has certainly set the pace, but this is Timbersports. Anything could happen, and no doubt we're going to see some absolutely sensational times, and it's going to shake it up.
Excellent stuff. All right, it looks like we're about ready to go up on stage, so we'll hand it over to our judge, Neil Richardson.
Audio Brad DeLosa with a personal best of 6.03 here. So Glenn, for members of the crowd who are just watching the hot saw for the first time now, run us through exactly what's going on here. What's Brad DeLosa doing?
Buddy, we've got Brad DeLosa up there with the red rocket. It's the most feared saw on the saw.
30 seconds.
In my eyes.
Can I tell you what I want for Christmas? Here we go, the current Australian record holder getting set.
Athlete ready?
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Whoa!
Stop what you're doing and have a look at that!
That is quick. His current PB is 6.03, so if this time comes down by just a smidge and all the cuts are good, that's a new PB and a new Australian record.
Okay, well, it might have been the Australian record because 6.1316 is obviously what he needs to get. He's got to beat 6. It's got to come down 0.08.
Correct.
Of a second.
It'll be very interesting to see where this winds up. Glenn
Judges
Gillen's
are
left
still
already.
in checking there.
Glenn's left already.
Glenn's left. He knows that that time has put Brad over in the hot seat.
Brad?
6.10.
Brad's cut was good.
Cut was good, and it's a 6.1. Just outside of his PB, just outside of the Australian record.
He would have liked to get those 3 extra points by coming down just a second quicker. We might take. Oh, we're going to have a quick interview with Brad.
Brad, not about time there, mate. You knew you had to go very quickly to get anywhere near Jimmy Heads there. You did just that.
Yeah, Jimmy put a pretty good time up there to start with, so put a bit of pressure on us. Yeah, it wasn't a perfect run, a little bit crooked, but a lot of pressure up there when you're going by yourself. So yeah, I'm pretty happy to get a time on the board and sitting in first place at the minute.
Not a bad crowd to be performing in front of as well.
No, it's awesome. So thanks very much for all the Queenslanders, and I'd like to thank my family very much for coming all the way and bringing the kids up. So it's great to see and love yous.
One of the gentlemen of the sport and a true champion, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brad DeLosa.
With that, I believe.
Brad, we might get you over here, sit in the hot seat, please. You are our current leader as it stands. So with 3 guys left to go, if you want, you can go and take your chaps off. We're going to have another hot saw warm-up and the wood change, but then we get you back in the hot seat. Time so far, Brad just outside the number 1 time. And then we are on to take a look at what that means for things at the moment. So, as it stands, Brad DeLosa jumps over Braden Meyer by 3 points. Then down to Glenn Gillam in 3rd. But still in a shout with pushing those guys down. Mitch Argent can easily get up to. We'll leave that up for just a little bit longer, please, guys.
Grab the leaderboard back up, please.
Leave that up there. So if we look at this, Mitch Argent can get first place and he can get up to 68 points. If he gets second, he'll be on 65. Third, he'll be down to 62. Fourth, he'll be coming in with 59, I believe. So he needs a good time to be pushing Brad down there. And then we got Lawrence O'Toole. He's still to come. If he can get 18 points, and we know that his saw can run that, he can get up to a maximum of 62 and leapfrog Brad. So he needs a time that is going to be faster than both Jimmy's and Brad's to be able to get up onto the top of the leaderboard. And then Braden Meyer, well, at the moment, he just needs 3 points, so a safe cut is going to see him take it through. Well, that will leave him with Brad on 59 points. So it's going to be a very interesting finale.
It's tight at the top, Lee. Tight at the top. Lawrence O'Toole is going to be joining us up next with a personal best that is a very impressive 6.55 seconds. If he comes in under that, he is a red-hot chance. Jumping up that leaderboard today. Needs to take absolute maximum points to give himself a chance of taking it out. And he can do it.
Yeah, he ran a time in the World Championships, 5.79, I believe. So we are ready to go. We are ready to go. So Lawrence.
Over to the officials to get this heat started with Lawrence O'Toole in the hot saw.
Lawrence running a DC hot saw up there. Same one that he used over in the World Championships.
Jet ski or motorbike engines. These are constructed out of Lee Gooch.
Yeah, I believe that's a 330cc. Maybe, might be 350. They're all in and around.
30 seconds.
Around that area.
Brad DeLosa, now the current leader, joining us to watch on as Lawrence O'Toole sets up his hot saw. Looks like he's just about ready to go, putting the fighting touches on. Hands on the log, as the rules require. Here we go.
Needs a time faster than 6.10 to take the lead.
Athlete ready?
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Lightning quick.
He needed a time faster than 6.10. And if all discs are good, he has got it.
That's an Australian record there we've just seen, Lee, unfold before our very eyes. An Australian record in the hot saw. What do you think of that, Brad?
Yeah, it was a pretty good run. You know, he's got a fast saw there. He puts a lot into it, Lawrence. Spends a lot of time in the US, and he's got that thing running sweet. So I might have to do a bit of a update for next year.
Tune up. On you, Brad. As Brad DeLosa commentating on Lawrence O'Toole, two of the absolute greats of this sport.
Up the front.
Yeah, that puts Lawrence, I believe, into the lead as it stands.
Pending this call.
Lawrence's cut was good.
There we go.
There it is.
An Australian record, Lee. Is that confirmed?
Australian record. We're just waiting to hear exactly what the time is.
I know you don't think about those records, Lawrence, but you picked up another one, mate. How did it feel?
Yeah, it was a really good run, actually, but I got caught on the third wheel, like it was under the saw, and I was trying to push it off, and it actually would have been a little bit quicker.
It's been your day, though. I feel like you must be feeling pretty confident.
Everything was pretty good apart from the single buck, you know, that really hurt me, so I have to be pretty lucky to do any good after, you know, that, but I've seen stranger things happen, so the pressure's on the boys to come now, and I just got to watch and wait, I guess.
That's it. You never know what can happen in STIHL Timbersports. Last year's champion, though, and the world champion, Lawrence O'Toole.
Over just to after he's been out the back, had his interview, to come and sit in the hot seat.
Lawrence O'Toole, reigning world champion, Lee. Absolute great of the sport.
Just watched the replay on the screen. Thinks he might need a time faster than 5.92 to be able to take this, shaking his head. He knows Braden Myers running a similar hot saw to him. It's just, can he run it like Lawrence is the big question. All right, up there next, we've got Mitch Argent. He's sitting in a nice position as we go in 5th spot. He's going to want to get at least 12 points, so he needs a time better than 6.10 again for him to get on the top of the leaderboard. Just getting that starter cable back
30
on the
seconds.
saw. Going through all the safety procedures.
Athlete ready?
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh, he's still got his minute to get that final wheel off. It's going to be important. He needs at least 1 point to move up into 4th spot. So fingers crossed it's going to start. This could be heartbreaking here.
Get behind him, ladies and gents. Make some noise. Let's push him over the line. 60 seconds, I believe, Lee, is the maximum time allowed. There you go, just in time.
He left it late. He lleft it late. Question is, has he got 3 on the floor? He was having a cracking day. Hot saw is the great equalizer.
How about that never give up attitude, though, because you never know who's going to DQ. You never know when it will count just to have finished in the hot saw.
So we're going to have the judges inspect those cookies, make sure they've seen that he's cut all that wood. And if they do, he'll be picking up a minimum of 3 points. But we've got the DQ flag out on the stage. Give a round of applause, everyone.
Up the front.
He nearly got it going again, but I think he just knocked. We'll go over to the judge.
DQ.
Sadly,
Uncut
DQ.
disc.
Ladies and gents, the great man from Queensland.
We might have a look on the replay there and just see We've got about a minute of reef. Maybe they can speed up to the end. But first disc was good. Second just came up a little bit shy. And then the saw stopped. And then we got a race to get it started again. And I think where the issue lied was just when he took that third disc. He just blew out the top of the wheel. Not quite getting it lined up. That's where he gets it going. Just blew out the wheel. And then it looked like it was uncut wood.
That's heartbreakingly for Mitch Argent. But as you said a tick ago, mate, it's the great equaliser, the old hot saw.
Yes, it is. And that was unfortunate. 2 years in a row, Mitch now has DQ'd, but he's in 5th spot. With 2 guys, with 1 guy left to go, who is sitting above him. So he's guaranteed 5th spot at the moment. There's the times. 0 points, unfortunately, for Mitch.
So only competitor yet to come, Braden Meyer. You can see he was in there at 2nd place. So that means Lee, 3rd, 4th, 5th, locked in. It's only 1st and 2nd that can change. What a day Braden Meyer has had. His worst case scenario is to finish 2nd.
Well, at the moment, no, he could finish 3rd.
Oh, there you go. My apologies. Oh, because yes, it's on time.
So if he doesn't get a time on the board, then his time will unfortunately blow out. But 3rd place is guaranteed. But he's gonna want this win.
That's it. Any points will get him into 2nd, and then 6 points will get him into 1st, depending on the time of the cut.
Warm up your saw.
We are about to find out who our Australian champion for 2019 is.
And it is either Lawrence O'Toole, Brad DeLosa,
30 seconds,
or the man on the stage right now, Braden Meyer. With a good, quick cut here, ladies and gents, Braden Meyer can propel himself into the Australian Championship.
Athlete ready?
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh!
Looks like we've got 3 discs on the floor. 7.57 seconds. We're going to need the judges to come up.
Lee Gooch, it hasn't happened again, has it? It hasn't happened again. Do we have potentially another draw on points? Pending 3 good cookies, we could have another draw, and it's going to come down to time, ladies and gents, for the 3rd time today. It happened in the women's, it happened in the rookies. It's going to happen again in the men's. We just need a ruling on those discs. Are they good?
So, Sadie. Braden is the Australian champion.
There he is!
Oh!
He has done it!
Braden Meyer, your 2019 Australian Men's STIHL Timbersports champion.
Wow. 2 years in a row, the hot sore has let him down to take out the title, but not this year. He knew that was a weak point in his armour. He went out and he invested and he got one. We actually ended up on a tied points again. So he tied on points with Lawrence O'Toole, but the sum of all times with his lightning fast axe work all day has left Braden Meyer as the Australian champion. Braden, you done it, mate.
Yeah, it's been a long road, but I'm back.
Excellent stuff. So you started off the day, you know, you had those 3 wins in those first disciplines. Did you just think this is going to be your day today?
Yeah, I didn't actually expect anything this week. And Lee, been working pretty hard with my new job and family business, and I just come up here for a bit of a holiday with my wife and their family and friends. So I thought it was a good weekend just to get away, but we're Australian champions, so you beauty.
Just take a look at the replay here. You took it easy. That was a very thin first wheel. Did that have you a little bit worried?
Oh, sort of when I started. I'm like, oh, bugger. But anyway, I've got 3 clean discs, and we're on to Czech Republic. You beauty.
Excellent stuff. So you've been over there and represented Australia on the world stage before. That was in your first year. You won in 2015, and you finished 3rd. You know, you set a world record over there that time. You're going to go back and try and start off like you did here and set all the records again?
Yeah, bloody oath. There's a few hard competitors over there this year, but I know I can do it, so let's go. Let's get ready.
Excellent stuff. Give us a round of applause for Braden Meyer, your 2019 Australian champion.
And ladies and gents, while we're at it, why don't you hear it? Give it up for all of our competitors today. What an unbelievable day it's been here at the Broadwater Parkland. STIHL Timbersports. That's what it's all about.
Please do stick around. We've got the ceremony. We're going to have all the athletes out. You can get yourself some selfies and some autographs. Just like to say thank you to everyone that has come out today. We've had a great crowd here in the Gold Coast. We've got the ceremony to come, and then we will be partying on into the evening.
Very heavy. You might need to help them to the car or wherever it is. You might need a. Do you want to? We're going to be here tomorrow. Oh, we're just gonna just packing up. So if you did want to pick up tomorrow on the pack up.
Well, you're the one that's...
It's heavy. Pretty heavy. Yeah.
So, okay, so...
if I give you my phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then, you can ring me and we'll pick that up tomorrow.
Wow, what have I done?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Can I get another one of those round things?
Yeah, of course you can.
You just spray up some more, I think. Cool. Okay. Okay.
So, take my number down.
Are we doing champagne on stage or not?
Yeah.
Okay. Who brought the other t-shirt?
This lady here.
Oh, I just need to get Brandon to sign it and then we're done. So. I've already paid.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much. Did you get some good shots?
I hope so.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Yeah, it'll be different.
That's a good one. That one, because that's the hoop pine. So
that's the hoop pine.
Yeah, so you can put some varnish on that. Just something something that's not going to affect it too much, but it'll last for years and years. It won't warp or anything.
Yeah, I was
so
thinking making a table out of it.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Okay.
So 0-4. So Lee.
Lee, is it?
Yeah. Do you want me to? I'll type it in.
Yeah, let Lee do it. So what? You're just packing up tomorrow, are you?
Yeah, we'll just be packing up. We'll be here all day.
About what time?
We'll be here till about 4 o'clock.
Well, what's a good time for us to come here? For you.
Anytime from 10
For you. I
from
mean,
10
you
a.m.
know, make it easy.
Anytime from 10 will be good.
Okay.
I'll be on site doing a few things.
I'll just send you a message through first and say I'm coming to pick up the.
Yeah.
What would you call that?
The blue gun barrel.
Right.
Cool. So that's saved in there.
Okay. Cool. Thank
All
you,
good.
Lee.
Send me a message now so I've got your number just in case. There you go.
Cool.
And then
Thank you. Thank you very much.
How's it going? Just wrap it up again. She's going to pick it up tomorrow. So we just put it out the back with Skip, just get it wrapped up. She'll come and get it at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Bloody heavy.
Solid chunk of wood.
She was hammered, that woman. She was Good work, everyone. Skip, lady's going to come, too heavy for her to carry. She's going to come and grab that at 10 o'clock tomorrow. So she's got my number. She's going to come and grab it. Can we get Johnny? I'll ask him, did he use them? That bloody single back.
Oh, wasn't it terrible? I could have fucking cut better with my training saw.
Was it the saw?
Yeah, it was way too heavy for that wood. Fucking Jamie telling me it was going to be super hard. I used my heavy saw. I knew it was going to be soft, but I didn't think that saw was going to be that heavy.
Yeah.
And the fucking stage, the board on the stage wasn't far back enough.
Yeah.
And so I was on the board and on the thing, and then I come in and I ended up being too close.
Nah, shit.
I was nearly going to make this move to board. And
Should have done.
Nah, it'll be right. Fucking stupid.
Should have done.
That wasn't my problem. There's a few others.
Yeah, no, but.
And we ended up pretty tight.
Yeah.
Fuck, I could have got another fucking point anywhere.
Yeah. Fuck. Unlucky, mate. Alright, just need to wrangle some athletes.
Do I? All of them? Every single one of them?
camera. Good
How are you?
competition. Did you enjoy it?
It was great. Yeah.
Makes sense because then you've got. But we won't make it up there.
But they'll read that as long as they know before the PR is released. It's a good team.
Alrighty, if you do want some selfies or some autographs, our guys are down here just before we get the proceedings underway with the ceremony. Just wrangling a few of the athletes up. And then we'll get the ceremony underway. But we'll...
Two. If you're going to go for good stock, Sawyer, going on times today, it's way out of it. Yeah, but he's proven on one. He's proven. Who else is there? You know, what's the chances, like Cody last year said, what's the chance of me going and getting number 5 if they're going to keep picking someone that's out of it all the time?
What are your guys' thoughts if we put Mitch on there? Like, who are you going to put on the stock?
We're going to have to announce it out there.
We can hold, we can think, hold and think.
Because
Alrighty, we are good to get the presentation underway. Can we get all of our 12 athletes up onto stage, stand behind the podium with your jackets off if you could. So we got all 12 of the guys that competed today up on the podium. And we will get the proceedings underway. Please, if you stuck around, please give them a round of applause. Just at the back there. Cheers, Chris. And then we will also get up onto stage our 3 podium getters. And we'll invite up Managing Director of STIHL Australia, Larry Blamer, to do the proceedings. Just before we get the ceremony underway, just want to thank everyone that's been working behind the scenes. We've had a big team here today. The deck crew have been amazing in getting us through all these disciplines. We've had the guys in the control container making sure that the screens have got the right information on all those times they're locked in. All the judges, the sports director, the camera crew making the TV show, the announcers, the DJ, and of course over in the merch shop as well. Nolene and Charles have been working hard getting all the merchandise out there. So, if we can introduce, should we get the leaderboard up? We might introduce our 3rd place getter for today, who was, of course, Mr. Brad DeLoza. Great stuff. And in 2nd place, tied on equal points, last year's world champion, very unlucky today, just needed to pick up one more point somewhere else, Lawrence O'Toole. And we'll just move the trophy off of the podium as we get our new Australian champion, Braden Meyer. These 3 guys have been up on the podium the last 4 years in a row. It's always a close battle as we pass the Australian Championship trophy and we get that up. These 3 guys will be going into the Chopperoos team, and we'll be having a committee meeting shortly just to decide the final 2 places of that team, which we will let you know about later on this evening. Great stuff, champagne showers. Thank you all for coming out. We will get a few more photos of you 3 together with the medals, just with the photographer. Thanks for coming out, Gold Coast. You've been a great audience once again. Please stick around. Food trucks and the bar will be open until about 9-10 p.m. tonight. So please stay, enjoy. We won't get the music up. You can come and meet all the guys from the series and say well done to them all.